elders, friends, Hajj Kiram to be. First and foremost, I would like to greet you all with the greetings of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I know it's early, guys, but a lot of things will be happening early in Hajj time. So, mashallah, Jazakallah khair for joining, and inshallah it'll be beneficial. We do this every year, and let's see how we go, inshallah. So what we're gonna do is, there's two sessions basically. There's two parts to this. There's the Umrah part and there's the Hajj part. So what we'll do first is we'll do the Umrah part, and then we'll have a short break, and thereafter we will what's the word? We go for a tea break, inshallah, and thereafter then we'll come back and then we'll do the Hajj part, inshallah. If you have any questions, please do send it to Mahmoud. I think this will be a good system. Please do send it to Mahmoud on the group, just in case I don't see it. Those brothers who have my number, they can just message me directly. I think that would be better than having people raising their hands at this moment. And the brothers who are here, they can ask questions, inshallah. But try to wait for the slide to finish, at least the slide that we're currently on at that time. Anyway, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, let's not waste no time. Inshallah, what we're going to do, this is what we're going to cover. We're going to cover Masail rulings. We're going to cover the way to perform Umrah and Hajj, Fadail. So there's three things, right? Umrah and Hajj. Masail means rulings. Way to perform Hajj, and Fadail. Fadail means virtues, right? And I'll put my own, like I always say, I'll put my own and add my own masala. And Mahmoud, please do let me know if it's lagging. It's fine. Just please do message me, inshallah. Okay. Before undertaking the journey, just gonna see how it looks. I know it's a bit bent here, but it's fine for you guys, yeah? You can. Is it clear? Can you see it, or does it need to be focused a bit? It's okay, yeah? Okay. It's quite good for me, that's well here. Yeah. Number one, before undertaking the journey, intention. Yeah, we have to have the right intention. You guys spend money, and you have to ensure that your intention is إنما الأعمال بالنيات. حديث في صحيح Bukhari. إنما الأعمال بالنيات. All actions are dependent on their intentions. So Hajj will be complete. Let's make things clear. Your Hajj will be complete. 100% is done. However, the reward won't be there. You won't get any. So for example, you done it for some people. Nowadays it's different, but back it was like you have this title Haji. So I'm Haji Sab. Yeah, or you've done it, or you got a lot of money, or man's brother, he's loaded. He went for Hajj of, not excuse.
Apologies all, it seems we've lost them for some reason. I will give Molana a call now and get him back online.
Okay, leave it here. Okay. Okay. So I was saying, intention is very important. Yeah, main thing is intention. Once you have your intention, Allah will make things easy as well, because you do it for the sake of Allah. Everything has to be done for the sake of Allah. You read Quran, you do it for the sake of Allah. You pray Salah, you do it for the sake of Allah. It's not because I need to go, or even, this is one example. For example, some people say, I'm going because look, my mom just taking me. I actually know youngsters. You won't believe, in the past 1 or 2 years, we've had youngsters who came on the Hajj trip and they didn't even want to be there. I'm in the house of Allah, I'm not making this up. And the mother had to tell me, look, have a word with him. Have a word with him, and without knowing that I've spoken to you. And this son only came because his mum requested him to, because she wanted to perform Hajj. That shouldn't be the case. You're doing this for the sake of Allah. It's an obligation upon every single Muslim who has the means. So we have the means, financially we are stable, we are physically stable, it's farad upon us. Yes? So, and that's already done, alhamdulillah. So we're already going, inshallah. You have your ticket, you have your visa, you're going. Just change your intention. Even if your intention was funny, you had some dodgy intention, you can still change it now. You can still change it now. And tomorrow, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah? Change your intention. You're only doing this for the sake of Allah. Allah will make things easy. Number 2, tawbah. Tawbah does not happen on Arafah. Tawbah happens now. Because the reason you do tawbah, you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all your sins. If you do that, then it's like you have a better relationship with Allah. Rather than going there and you have so many things on your shoulder and on your chest, and then you're asking Allah, yes, Allah will forgive. إن الله يحب التوابين ويحب المتطهرين. For sure, Allah will forgive. إن الله غفور رحيم. Allah is the one who forgives. However, you should have a good relationship with Allah now, from now. Before undertaking the journey, perform 2 rakats of Salatul Safar. There is a salah called Salatul Safar. Yeah, a salah that you pray, before traveling. And in the first rakat, you recite, obviously, Surah Al-Fatiha and then Surah Al-Kafirun. Surah Al-Kafirun. You will do this at home, not at airport, at home. Before you leave your house, that's why make sure you have wudu. Perform wudu and you pray this salah at home. It's called Salatul Safar. It's a salah, obviously you don't have to say, but at the back of your mind, you're going to have this intention that you are praying this because you are about to undertake a journey. And Ya Allah, make it easy. And the first rakat, Surah Al-Fatiha, obviously, and Surah Al-Kafirun, and the second rakat, Surah Al-Fatiha again, and thereafter, Qul Huwallahu Ahad. Yes? Is that okay? In the second Surah Al-Ikhlas, after Surah Al-Fatiha, after Salah, recite. After that, once you finish your Salah, after you have finished your Salah, then recite Ayat al-Kursi and recite Surah Al-Quraysh. لإلاف قريش. Yeah? لإلاف قريش. إلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف. This surah is to do with Safar. And this is not something which is in Hadith or Quran. This is something which the ulama and the scholars have had mujarrab. They have had tajribah of this. They've had experience, a good experience. That once they prayed this salah and they recited Ayat al-Kursi and li'ilafi Quraysh, their journey went really well. Okay. Next point, leave your family and belongings in the trust of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We mentioned this on Wednesday. Yeah, those who are traveling and they're traveling for Hajj, they are under fi dhamanillah. They are under the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we don't need to worry. Don't worry, leave everything in the hands of Allah. And the reason we say that, or the ulama say that specifically, because you don't want to be consumed. We don't want your minds to be consumed with worry, anxiety, just thinking about your children all the time. Yeah, I have children. You're going to miss them. That's for sure. But one thing is missing them. One thing is worrying about them. Yes, put everything in place. Make sure you bought everything that you have to buy, shopping and everything is set for if you're leaving your wife at home, okay, make sure everything is set. Or if you have parents at home who you usually look after, okay, have everything in place. But don't worry about them. Put everything in place and leave it in Allah and continue to make dua for ease during the journey. Hajj Mabrur. The reward of Hajj Mabrur is paradise itself. We explained this on Wednesdays. Prophet ﷺ said, whoever performs Hajj for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, pleasure of Allah, then all his minor and major sins will be forgiven. Yeah. رَجَعَ كَيَوْمِ وَلَدَتْهُ أُمُّهُ. The Prophet ﷺ said in many narrations, in Bukhari and Muslim in particular. He will return like the day his mother gave him birth. Clean slate. And I explained this on a Wednesday very clearly. Ulama say, is this major and minor? Majority of the ulama, if not all, say all your sins are forgiven, even major. And the evidence of that is that when you perform wudu, the Prophet ﷺ said, when you perform wudu, Allah forgives your minor sins. Obviously, wudu is obviously a great thing, but I'm sure there's a big difference in Hajj and wudu. If in wudu your minor sins are forgiven, surely in Hajj your major sins are forgiven. But there's one thing that's not forgiven. There's only one thing which I've explained on a Wednesday. What is that? No, we won't be performing shirk anyway. But yeah, that's a good deal. You're right. Yeah, but not shirk, because shirk you're not forgiven anyway. But we're not mushriks. We're going there. We are muwahhid. We believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's one thing that Allah will not forgive though. What's that? Rights of. He's been coming Wednesday. That's why, mashallah. But yeah, rights of human beings. That Allah does not forgive. Yeah, that you have to go to the person. I swore at you. I punched you. I did a ghibah about you brothers. You can't start making dua. Allah, forgive me. No, 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 no. Sorry, that's not forgiven. That you have to go to the person. The sin, Allah, there's one, you have to actually go to two. You have to first go to the person and ask for forgiveness from him, or you've taken money from them, for example. You have to give the money back. Yeah. Unless you go to them and say, look, one thing's running away, I mean, I'm not giving it back to him. I don't owe him. I don't owe him. I was fixing his car that day. I helped him fix his car, but there was no money involved. We still borrowed the money of him. So my point is, this is all to do with huququl ibad. Anything to do with the rights of fellow Muslim brothers and sisters, that has to be dealt with now. But anyway, back to the hadith. رَجَعَ كَيَوْمِ وَلَدَتْهُ أُمُّهُ. He would return like the day his mother gave him birth. And this is the whole, the prestige element of Hajj. Allah forgives everything. Very first thing we've already mentioned, niyyah. Something will be repeated, but it's fine. I think there's emphasis in this. So niyyah, intention, correct your intentions only for the sake of Allah. And why are you doing it? To fulfill the obligation. When we pray salah, why are we praying salah? Why are we praying salah? Because we are fulfilling a obligation. We are fulfilling an obligation. Similarly over here, we are fulfilling an obligation. There's 5 pillars in Islam. We are going for Hajj to fulfill the obligation. Allah's told us to do this. We're not going because of the lads. We're going to get together and we're going to go to Al-Bayt and we're going to have nice burgers and we're all going to sit together in Mina and we're going to have all our, take all our food out and have a picnic. That's already part of it. We're already going to enjoy that and we're allowed to enjoy ourselves in Hajj. We're supposed to be smiling and enjoying. That's the whole part of the ecstasy. We're supposed to enjoy ourselves. In the enjoyment, there's reward. However, that's not the main reason you're going. The reason you're going is to fulfill the obligation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 3 types of Hajj. I'm sure you guys have mastered this by now. If you haven't, we'll just quickly go through them. Yeah. 3 types of Hajj. Number 1, Ifrad. Number 2, Tamattu'. Number 3, Qiran. Yes. Number 1, Ifrad. By the way, all of these 3 types, the intentions have to be made in the months of Hajj. In the months of Hajj. What are the months of Hajj? So you can't, for example, you can't do Qiran, go in Ramadan and start your intention in Ramadan because the months of Hajj has not begun. Are you guys with me? That's very important as well. So in the months of Hajj, which is Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah and Dhul Hijjah. Well, to be precise, the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. Yeah. So in these months of Hajj, one does not perform Umrah, Ifrad. One does not perform Umrah, and rather he only performs, or he comes into the state of Ihram for Hajj only. For Hajj. So he will take a flight, he'll get to Makkah, and he's only performing Hajj. That's called Ifrad. Very simple. And in terms of the actions and the rituals and the rites, it's more or less the same thing. Yeah, we're not doing nothing different. Yeah, we're not going. Some people are going to Masjid Aisha, and some people are going to Masjid Quba, and some people are not performing. They're not going to go to Arafah, or they're not going. No, there's only 1 or 2 small differences. Literally, only 1 or 2 differences. So it's not hard to forget. So Ifrad, only perform Hajj. Number 2, Tamattu'. Tamattu' basically means someone who goes in the months of Hajj. And he makes basically 2 intentions. He has 2 ihrams. First ihram is Umrah. So he gets to Saudi, when he gets to Makkah, but even if he's going Medina, from Medina he goes to Makkah. He goes to Medina and he makes his way to Makkah, or he goes directly to Makkah via Jeddah. When he gets there, when he gets there, he will perform Umrah, and the moment he finishes Umrah, he will come out of the state of Ihram. He will come out of the. You guys have to repeat after me because you guys are in front of me. This is how I usually do my Wednesday, so I know. Let me finish it. You know me. Jazakallah for telling me. Why is it not okay. I think it's the sharing. This. Is it lagging? So just take my thing off so they can't see me. I will. Yeah, so they can't see you. But if I close it from here. No, don't close it. Just turn the camera. The video. On that one, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see if that makes a difference. I think sometimes when they see you, it gives them more concentration. It's fine. Okay. Hope that's better, yeah? Can see it now? Yeah? They can see it. Yeah. Tamattu, in the months of Hajj, one performs Umrah. He goes to Saudi, he will perform Umrah, and he will come out of the state of Ihram. He will come out of the state of Ihram. So he's performed his Umrah, You will go for a haircut. It's, look, for those who are going today, our Sheikh Abu Bakr, he's reached just now, alhamdulillah, approximately an hour ago. So he's got 1 week before Hajj. Unless they're solid, mashallah, mujahid people, they go in the state of Ihram today and they stay in Qiran. There's many people that do it, by the way. Some people do Ihram for 1 month. 1 month, so they can do Qiran. So, but let's just say someone goes today, he performs the Umrah and he comes out of the state of Ihram, and then he just behaves like a yeah? Okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Still working, yeah? Yeah, still working. So then he will wait until the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. What date? Yeah, you guys have learned the dates by now, yeah? Yeah? 8th of Dhul Hijjah. So 8th, which corresponds to 25th. We will go into this, and he will then come into the state of Ihram again. He doesn't need to go to Masjid Aisha. He does not need to go to Masjid Aisha. This is a special Ihram, where you just go into the state of Ihram. You don't need to go to the Miqat. And then he makes a second Ihram. And that Ihram is for what? For Hajj. Are you guys with me? That's Tamattu. Very easy to understand. Then you have Qiran. You have Qiran. Qiran basically is, I don't know why this is not going down, man. Yeah. Qiran, basically when you join the Umrah and Hajj in one Ihram, which I'm assuming a lot of people will be doing this year, especially from the A1700, A1500. We will go on Saturday, we will reach on Sunday in the morning, to maybe 2 a.m., 3 a.m. We will go into the state, we're already in the state of Ihram, we will perform Umrah, and once we finish Umrah, we will not come out of the state of Ihram. Believe me, it's actually quite a weird feeling, strange feeling, because generally when you finish Umrah, because I've done it twice, alhamdulillah, when you complete the Hajj, Umrah, you will not come out of the state of Ihram. Because after you finish Sa'i, it's like a trophy. You're supposed to come out of the state of Ihram. It feels good, but bruv, no. That's why there's a lot of reward. And the most reward, according to Hanafi fiqh, it is Qiran is the most rewarding. But it's a nice feeling. It's not something like it's a burden. And don't consider it as a burden. You should embrace it. It should be an honor. Whoa, this is no, ye kya hai, sting, why is this, jumper left away. No, don't do that. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't even make these comments. Yeah. So these are the 3 types. You don't understand? If you don't understand, then they will understand. Any questions on that? Sure? Okay. Which is the most rewarding according to Hanafi fiqh? According to Hanafi fiqh, it's Hajj Qiran. Although some of the Hanafi school scholars at this moment, they have said Tamattu is more rewarding. Why have they said that? Because nowadays, it's hard to stay in the state of Ihram and without doing wrongdoings. So if someone's going to do Qiran, and there's going to be a very high risk for that individual to control his tongue because he perhaps has a habit of swearing, riba, backbiting, doing other wrong things, or maybe sleeping with the wife. Not a habit, I mean, but this might be an issue for him. And he's with his wife, then it's best for him to do tamattu. But if someone is fine, he will control himself, control his tongue, control his actions, then yeah, Qiran is the most virtuous. Now over here, guys, I want you guys to listen to this part very carefully. This is from my teacher, Mawlana Shuaib, yeah? And I always use this slides. It says here the main focus will be tamattu. Although, because this was made at a time maybe, approximately 7-8 years ago. This is a very old PowerPoint presentation. And at that time, they would always go before Hajj, approximately maybe 10 days before Hajj. When I performed my first Hajj in 2017 and then 2019, we went 10 days before Hajj. So it only makes sense that we do tamattu, hence the reason why this PowerPoint presentation was made for those who are performing tamattu. But don't worry, like I said, tamattu in Qiran is literally, I would say the same. It's just that you're not coming out of the state of Ihram. That's all it is. Are you guys with me? Yeah, it's good that you're nodding your head. The last year they never nodded their head. It's like some dead people in front of me. Yeah, you guys are awake, mashallah. I like you, brothers, man. So any questions you want to ask about tamattu, you can ask Qiran, Ifrad. Don't worry, you can ask as many questions as you want. The Prophet ﷺ in one narration said, there is no muhrim who exposes himself to the sun all day for the sake of Allah, reciting the talbiyah until the sun goes down. But his sins will disappear and he will go back like on the day his mother bore him. We mentioned this already. Ihram is a special clothing, but it's a special state as well. We've already explained this, and I think it's coming up. That Ihram, I've explained this on the Wednesday session on so many occasions, Ihram is not just clothing. Yeah, even when I was I'm still young, mashallah, but when I was a bit younger, like a child. I used to think ihram is the Sir, just give me that. Just give me that. Just give me that. The yellow bag. I used to think ihram. This is ihram. There's nothing else to ihram. But alhamdulillah, we've been taught now. I used to think this is the only ihram. There's nothing else to it. No, no, no. Ihram is two. Ihram is clothing, and then ihram is a state. So just like you go perform wudu and you finish your wudu, now you are in the state of wudu. Until you break your wudu, either by bleeding or vomiting or pus comes out, or you go to the toilet, you relieve yourself, you are now out of the state of cleanliness. It's not the major cleanliness, minor cleanliness. You are out of the state. Someone who has intimate relation with their spouse, men and women, and the major act is done, the actual, not major, but the action is done. And these kids might be watching and one kid's here, so I have to use these terms. Once they've done the actual act, the main act, right? Then they are now in the state, of janaba. So they are now in the state. Many things apply to them. They're not allowed to enter the masjid. It's haram. They can't touch the Quran. They can't recite the Quran. This is a state. Similarly, this is a state. This is a state. Yeah. Hence the reason why we shouldn't do this. Don't do this at home. You know, astaghfirullah, back in the days, I don't have a TV anymore, but you know, there was this show that used to come, they say, don't try this at home. Those dangerous stunts that they used to do. These dangerous stunts that they used to do, and they used to say, don't try this at home. Yeah, so don't try this at home. But let's just say, for example, if someone performed with the ihram. Someone did perform with the ihram. Sorry, they were in the state of ihram, but they were wearing their jubbah. Would the hajj be done? No, would the hajj be done though? Hajj will be done. The hajj will be done. However, he will have to give a major dam. Yeah. So don't try this at home. Don't go to hajj and wear your jubbah, obviously. But it's just a point. The point is, if someone did go and they wore their jubbah, they would have to give dam because they were in stitched clothing. So the main thing is this. The main is the state of ihram. That's why if you pass the miqat and you are not in the state of ihram, you will have to give dam. So he has to come into the state of ihram before the miqat. Those who are, and I'm assuming you guys are, and all of us will be going on Saudi Airlines, they even make an announcement. I think they make an announcement maybe 1 hour and 30 minutes before. Everyone, we are approaching the miqat. Please come into the state of ihram. Yeah, so then that means you have to wear this and you have to go in the state of ihram. Everyone understand that? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, what is ihram? I've already explained this, so we can quickly move on with this. People usually think 2 pieces of cloth, but in reality is a condition, is a state, comes into after intention and talbiyah. How do you go into the state of ihram? How do you go into the state of ihram? 2 things. You have to do talbiyah, intention first. You have to obviously make intention. That can be in the heart. You don't have to say it, but if you say, it's better. Inni uridu al-umrata fayassirha li wa taqabbalha minni. And then if someone is performing hajj as well, you just add the hajj. It's in the book, you can read it. And then you recite talbiyah. So intention and then talbiyah. The moment you say these 2 things, you are in the state of ihram. Yeah. Those. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. Those who are doing tamattu, if they're performing tamattu, then they will only make intention for umrah. They're only making intention for umrah. It's a good question. But if you are performing qiran, then you will make intention, Ya Allah, I am performing ihram, I'm coming into the state of ihram for umrah and hajj. Make both of them easy for me and accept them for me. Yeah. But even if someone didn't make it, he knows at the back of his mind. So he's fine. So thereafter, the moment you go into the state of ihram, he's done his ihram, he's done his intention, he's made his talbiyah. Now, things which were halal have now become haram for him. Yeah. So for example, let me finish this one point. For example, perfume. Perfume is sunnah. You should wear perfume, but it's haram now. Yeah. Sleeping with the wife is rewarding. Haram. You're not allowed. Clothing was halal. Become haram. Yeah. And scent, all of these things. So many things you can't do anymore. So, yes, you can ask.
You delay the talbiyah when you do intention, but then wait another.
Yeah, you can do so, but before the miqat. Before the miqat. You can't do talbiyah after the miqat. Yeah, this has to be before the miqat. And just one quick like tip. Don't make your talbiyah and don't make your intention at Heathrow Airport. Don't make your intention at, just in case the flight doesn't go up. No, this is true. So imagine the flight doesn't go and you're stuck at Heathrow for maybe 2-3 hours, maybe a day. Allah knows best what happens. then you might be stuck for one day. Imagine the flight, Allah na kare, but imagine the flight is delayed 2 days. This is possible. Everything is possible. You will be stuck in ihram for 2. You will come back to late and move from store wearing the ihram. Your wife will send you to Tesco to get some milk. You will go with ihram, which is not a wrong thing, but that's why no. The moment the flight takes off, then you can make your intention. Yeah, even then you can make intention. Go into obviously wear your ihram. Even pray your 2 rakats. Pray your 2 rakats at Heathrow. That's what I do because there's too many people on the flight. Waiting is a mad queue. I know we're on Saudi Airlines. Yeah, you can pray on the plane as well, but I always pray in the Heathrow Airport. It's allowed. Yeah, but don't do your talbiyah. That's the only thing. No talbiyah, no intention. Just pray your salah. Yeah, because the salah will not get you into the state of ihram. Talbiyah and intention will get you into the state of ihram. Women, they have normal clothing. Women, they can wear whatever they want. And if they're doing niqab, obviously, if the sisters do perform niqab or they wear the niqab, but they're not allowed to cover their face. They're not allowed to touch the face with the sheet. Yeah, so they will have to wear some type of cap. Yeah, you know those baseball caps, like quite a long one. Yeah, and they will just drape the what's the word the orni or the cloth over so it doesn't touch the face. It should not touch the face. That's the main thing. Is everyone with me? Any questions? Any questions on ihram? Sure. If you remember, you can ask me. Don't worry. When should one come into the state of ihram? If he's going to Medina first, then he does not need to come into the state of ihram, even if he's going to Jeddah. He will get to, what's it called? He will get to Jeddah Jeddah or Medina. He goes to the masjid and he spends his time in Medina. And when he is leaving Medina and he's going to Makkah, then he will put his ihram on. And some people are going Medina first. So before this is mentioned over here, yes, when he leaves Medina for Makkah, then he will come into the state of ihram from the masjid of Miqat Bir Ali. But this is not the case anymore because we go by train. But before we used to go by coach. So if you went by coach, the coach will stop at a place called Bir Ali. It's it's a very common place where they go, and it's literally about maybe 20-minute drive. And from there, you have passed the Miqat. On the train, if you are going from Medina to Makkah, the Miqat will come within 10 minutes. So you have to be quick. You have to be quick. You can't be wasting no time. Yeah. Otherwise you will pass the Miqat and you'll have to give dam. If one is traveling to Makkah first, then it depends on the airline you are traveling, obviously. So if there's a transit, last year we went to Dubai. And we stopped for 6 hours. This is good, man. I love going direct. Yeah. So if you're going direct, and I'm assuming most of us are going direct, if not all, then we will go into the state of ihram on the flight, inshallah. Any questions? It's a self-preference. It's self-preference. It's your choice. I don't usually wait. I don't wait because I get scared. Yeah. Well, no, not straight away. No. Give it a few hours because you have at least 3 hours. Because the flight will be around 6.5 hours. And it's generally about 1 hour, 20 minutes, 1.5 hours, something like that. I forgot. I haven't been on Saudi Airlines for a long time as well. So it's approximately 1.5 hours. But they will make an announcement. And they will give you maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. They will let you know, which is a really good thing about Saudi Airlines. In fact, even these Gulf Airlines, they do usually. So even Emirates, we were on Emirates last year, and they did inform us that you are about to pass the Miqat. Please go into the state of ihram. Sorry?
Is the plane busy?
The plane will be busy, yes. There will be Hujjaj. The whole plane will be full of, yeah. So even this ihram will explain more in detail. Try not to wear the ihram on the flight. Yeah. I know I'm not going against anything that's been discussed on the webinar. So don't say, oh no, he said this and Mahmoud said this and Hafiz Habib said this, brother. I'm not going against anyone. I'm just telling you my self-preference because I'm teaching you guys right now. What I do is I wear both sheets at Heathrow Airport. I wear both of them. And the reason I do this is because it's just long on the flight. You're at the gate. I'm not saying you wear it from home. Yeah. When you pass security, get to your gate, and right next to the gate, there will be a prayer room. Right next to the gate. I always wear my ihram there. Because on the flight, you have to take a jub. It's still taking something off though. You have to wait for the toilet, you have to take this off and take that off. That's so long, man. That's so long for me. I like to be chilled. So I wear everything at the airport. I wear it at the airport just before boarding the plane. And the only thing I don't do is go into the state of ihram. Yeah. Even my ittar, vittar, everything I do it before. So I go to the bathroom and I wear some ittar, I wear my ihram, so I'm ready. I don't need to worry about anyone. I don't need to, what's the word? I don't need to wait in the queue to go in the toilet. Some people wear both sheets. That's self-preference. It's their choice. You don't need to worry about this too much. How does one come into the state of ihram? Remember, we are discussing Hajj Tamattu. I know it mentions there, but we are mentioning Tamattu and Qiran. This is from home. Have a bath, clip your nails, remove unwanted hair. Yeah, under your armpits and your private parts. Now, one thing we have to remember is some people, we should remove this just generally. This is a separate rule. It's makruh to delay more than 40 days, but it's ideal to do it once a week. When you get to Mina, I think people are now more educated, but you'll be shocked. People because people take obviously ihram, the top sheet off. They have, subhanAllah, so much hair under their armpits as if like it's been growing for like 4 or 5 months. And they're not used to, they don't know the ruling. So this shouldn't be the case. And because you're going to be in the state of ihram, minimum 2.5 days for those who are doing tamattu, and for those who are intending to perform Qiran and who are part of the A1500, A1700, you will be in ihram from perhaps Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, you will come out of the state of ihram. So that's approximately 4.5 days. So when moisture and sweat touches those hairs around those areas because of lack of oxygen, there's a lot of smell that comes from these areas. So we have to ensure that we remove all of these hairs before we go into the state of ihram. Yeah. Try to do on Friday for those who are going 1500. I know I keep mentioning you're not special, guys. There's no special who are going on Tuesday. We are all Hajis, inshallah. I'm just mentioning on 1500 just for an example. So for those who are going to Saturday, remove your hair on Friday. Don't remove it from tomorrow. It grows. You should do 1 day before so you're fresh for ihram, inshallah. And to have a bath is not necessary. Wudu is sufficient. And even wudu is not sufficient as well. Wudu is not necessary, sorry, I'm using it. To bath and to perform wudu is not necessary. Yeah, but it's good. It's something good. It's preferable. And the only thing is someone purposely, Jan Bujkar, without any reason, he left wudu out. Then this will be considered makruh. Yeah. After you have a bath, like I mentioned on Wednesday, get some nice ittar, not Gucci, not Armani, because this is not going to help. I generally put Reef or Armani. That's what I usually use. That's not going to work in Hajj. The most expensive £500 Armani is not going to work. I'm telling you. It just logically makes sense. That it's not going to work because you're in ihram for 4.5 days. It's 45 right now. It's 45, 46, 47 degrees. It's going to be baking over there. Yeah, it's going to be really hot. So it's not going to work. Use some good ittar. Some ittar like oud. Yeah, something which you may not apply. Not something which they place in the masjid. And those chachas, they leave it in the masjid with all due respect. And we love them. But they just leave it in the masjid because they want everyone to use their own ittar. No, not those ones. Something which is pleasant is okay. Make sure it's oil base. Oil base is the best, obviously. Rub it properly and make sure you try to put it near your armpits. Yeah, armpits are the main area and a bit on the chest, but make sure it's proper, rubbed in your body. This is the question everyone keeps on asking. Just in case it goes on the ihram. It should not touch the ihram sheets. Yeah, it should be rubbed in such a way on your body that it does not. It's possible. I do it every year. It works. Yeah, rub it on your body in such a way that it's it's just smell left now. It's spread out in such a way that it's not going to go in ihram because you're not allowed to put on the ihram. So what did I say on the body? Ittar on the body, not on the ihram. You are not allowed to put on the ihram because the moment you go in the state of ihram and you have ittar on this ihram now you have to give it up. No, smell is fine. That's just smell going to smell. We're talking substance should not go on the ihram. Substance to substance. That's already rubbed. It's smell. So it's not, the ulama say it's not an issue. I'll give you an example. If this room was full of bakhur, the smoke, yeah? It was smoked out and you walked in it. There's no dump. It's just smell. You understand? But if there's a substance going into a substance, that won't be allowed. Yeah? Then wear the 2 cloaks of ihram. Have your bath, clip your nails, put some ittar on, and then wear your 2 clothes of ihram, which I'm going to wear for you in a moment. Yes.
The whole thing in the nails and the body and stuff. How does that work?
Look, the Qurbani is a good question. Those performing Qurbani over here, their ruling is different. First of all, let's make things clear. The ruling for Qurbani is different and the ruling for Hajj is different, number one. Number two, to stay away from cutting the nails, clipping the nails and trimming the hair, this is not a sunnah. This is not a sunnah. Let's make this clear. People, this is a huge, massive, what's the word? Misconception. Since small, and it's promoted by people as well. Things get sent on WhatsApp. It's number one, it's not wajib. Let's make it clear. Some people think, yeah, so everyone performing a Qurbani, you're not allowed to trim your hair. And even some of our elders, your chachas and uncles, fathers, they're very particular with this, that it's wajib. Number one, it's not wajib. Wajib means you have to do it. If you don't, you're sinful. Number two, it's not a sunnah. It is mustahab. Mustahab means if you do it, it's great. If you don't, it's fine. So I would say, I always say every year, those who are not performing Hajj and the local residents, and I think for them, so they can imitate those Hujjaj, and that's the reason why it's mustahab, they should stay away from clipping the nails and trimming the hair. Those who are performing Hajj and they're about to embark on a journey, they need to remove certain hairs. They need to clip the nails. Yeah, I've been waiting for a few days to cut my nails. Yeah, it's just getting a bit longer, but I'm going to wait for Friday. Yeah, so we need to cut the hair. We need to cut our nails. Otherwise, in Hajj time, we'll have long nails. We'll have hairs everywhere. Subhanallah. Those who generally trim their beard and look a bit nice, they can't do it, right? So, it's allowed. You are allowed to do it, and especially if you need to trim the hair, they should do it. Is understood? Did I explain okay? If I didn't tell me, you guys are my seniors, mashallah, man. You guys are my uncles. You're my... You look different though, isn't it? Mashallah. Inshallah. Allah bless all of us, inshallah. This is the state, this is how the ihram looks. Just quickly look. I don't know if the people online can see me. I don't know if I go too back. I always show this. Hopefully everyone can see me. Look. Let's put this here. Okay. Okay. Just so everyone can see me. You guys know anyway, but it's just for means of barakah. I'll show you. So look, there's 2 pieces. I've been using this for many years. Yeah, many years. I bought this in 2022 when I was in Muhammad-based group for Umrah. And since then, I've been wearing the same ihram. So I bought a good one. It's very nice material and keeps you cool as well. Yeah. So the way you do it is very simple. Obviously, you have to take a jubba off everything. I'm not going to take all my clothes off right now either. And you brothers will think I'm crazy. So obviously, you won't wear it on the jubba. You won't have any clothes on, basically. And yeah, that's true. So no clothes allowed. No underpants. No socks. None of this allowed. Right? And there's many ways you can do this. Yeah. Some people like doing it like this. Because remember, you don't want your thighs to be rubbing, on each other. Because that's going to cause blisters and you're going to get some type of rash. And you'll be hurting for the next few days. And you have a lot of rough days coming along, especially from Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. So you need your legs. The best way to do it is legs out. The brothers and sisters can't see much, but I'm just telling them, is put your legs out. Yeah, and then one in, one out. I don't use a belt, by the way. I don't use a belt. Nowadays I do because I like to put the things in my pocket, but I don't use it. It's not going to drop. Yeah, like when Ebrahim said recently, just a few days ago, he's never seen it. This is a guarantee. You just do this, this is not going to drop.
That looks so easy.
This is not coming down. I'm telling you, this is not coming down.
Yes,
This is physics. Just before I answer the question, this is basic physics. Yeah, it's not going to come out this way. The only way this is going to come off if it unwinds. So if you unwind, you're daydreaming and then it drops. Yeah, this is not going to come down. It's basic physics. So if you do like this, yeah, there's other ways you can do it as well. You put it out like this. You do this and you fold it like this way and this way. No, sorry. You do this, sorry, this. You fold it like this, something like this. You put it here. This. There's many ways you find on YouTube. The good thing about this, you have more space to walk. You need space. You can't be like walking like this. Yeah, you do that, you're going to be left behind at the back of in Mina, and you're going to reach Makkah after 10 years. Yeah, this is something you should try, by the way. You should try this. But I generally put my legs out, I fold it like this, and I wait until here. Obviously, I do it more neat. Yeah, put it in. Don't focus on this too much. It's not going to drop. It's not going to drop as long as you do it properly. And then you get the next sheet. Yes. Yes. Yeah, one side should always be more. Yeah, like this. And then Bismillah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Man's ready. Yeah. Let me make things clear. You know your right shoulder? I think people get really happy. People get really happy. And what they do is people get really happy and they from day one, they expose the right arm and the right shoulder. This is not sunnah. Yeah, the right shoulder and the right arm should only be exposed when? During tawaf. And that tawaf, which is followed by sa'i. If you're only doing tawaf, for example, someone's done their sa'i already for Hajj. Remember we explained, we go, inshallah, I'm intending to do mine, and you guys can join me. We will perform the sa'i of Hajj before Umrah, before the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. You guys know the rule, right? Yeah, huh? For those who are, it's coming up. That's coming up anyway, but it's good. It's coming up 100%. But you can perform the sa'i of Hajj before the days of Hajj. But you'll have to perform a tawaf and then you do sa'i. So let's just say someone done their Hajj sa'i already. If someone, yeah. Well, no, yeah, for all, yeah, for everyone. And anyone can perform their sa'i, what's the word? Before the Hajj days. But you have to perform tawaf. But let's just say so someone performed their Hajj sa'i already. They've performed it, they went to Mina, Arafah, now they're coming back to Makkah on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, which will be Wednesday, inshallah. And they are now going to perform the tawaf ziyarah, but they don't want to go to the hotel. So they go directly to Masjid Haram, which most probably I will do, and they perform their tawaf, right? Are they going to expose the right shoulder and right arm? No, they will not. They will not expose the right shoulder and the right arm. Why? Because there's no sa'i after the tawaf. The only time you expose, so the way you do it is like this. And we generally help the brothers and sisters, not the sisters, the brothers. We generally help the brothers. You do keep this short, keep one side short, like this, and put it over, like this. And to get the brothers to help you, I usually just tuck it at the back, or I make someone tuck it in so it doesn't come out, like this. This is how you do it. I know I'm wearing white jubbah, so you can't see it properly, but I'm sure the brothers and sisters can see. Yeah, this is how you do it. And you just tuck it in. I always make someone tuck this in at the back because it keeps them coming off. And we will perform the tawaf like this. The moment the tawaf finish, you will cover it again. You will cover it again. You're allowed. Pins are allowed. Pins are allowed. Because anything which is known, watches, anything which is under the category of a accessory. Accessory. Anything under accessory. You have pins, you have watch, umbrella, sunglasses, yeah, anything. You make your own belts. These are all under the category of accessory. It is allowed. It's not clothing. Only clothing is not allowed. Are you guys with me? Yeah, taking this off because when you sit down, it's a bit uncomfortable. Just right now, it's comfortable, yeah? Don't worry. You won't be uncomfortable, inshallah. No, you don't. No, you don't. No. Of course not. We're going to get to that, don't worry. We're going to get to that in a moment. We're going to get to that because that's going to be discussed in the Hajj session. But just to answer that anyway, tawaf ziyarah, because I don't want to talk about the Hajj right now. Please don't ask about any Hajj stuff. Let's talk about Umrah because this is the Umrah session. The next session will be Hajj. In Hajj, the Hajj, the tawaf ziyarah, which is farad. When you go back, obviously you'll have to go back from Mina. We're going to go Jamarat, pelt the one shaitan, then we'll go to Makkah. Now you have two choices. Yeah. Either you go have a haircut, that's if the Qurbani is done. Don't just go to the barbers and just cut your hair. Don't do that. Yeah. Look on the group. Go on the group, and on the group it will be written, Muhammad Bhai, inshallah, or Mahmoud, one of the two. Don't listen to Bob, and don't listen to Dave, and don't listen to Stephanie. The only two people that you should be listening to at the moment is Muhammad Bey or Mahmoud, or if whoever is in other groups, if you're in, I don't know, if you are in other groups, Raf, Mina, or whatever group you're going with, your respected leaders. Not even me. Don't even listen to me. Don't even listen to me. Yeah, because then I'm responsible then. Yeah, I'm just joking. Most probably I will be given the news from Muhammad Bey anyway. But don't listen to Safa, and don't listen to Marwa, and don't listen to Aisha and Sumayya. No, don't listen to them. Because this is not a joke. This is your Hajj. They should be, unless they hear from Muhammad Bey. Your phone's not working, for example, and your wife heard directly, your sister heard directly, your brother heard directly from Muhammad Bey. Because if you haven't heard, what's the big deal? Just stay in Ihram for a couple of hours. Are you gonna die or something? Mar jayenge? No. You wait, because it's no joke. You will wait until you have direct news, directly from Muhammad Bey or Mahmoud, or a guide who has heard directly from Muhammad Bey. That's why I'm saying, I know I'm a guide, but even then, I'm very strict with this. I should hear directly from Muhammad Bey, or I should hear directly from Mahmoud. These are the two people. These two they will convey the message to the other guides. But I don't want you to be hearing, no, Aisha said, and Sumayya said, and Elizabeth said, and you know, Jack just came down, and Jack and Jill went, no, I don't want to hear no Jack and Jill. The only people you should hear from the respected guides. It's understood. Once you do that, then you come out the state of Ihram. So you come out of the state of Ihram, you have a shower, you have a bath, whatever, you wear your jubba, you wear your clothing, you go to Masjid al-Haram, and you can perform your tawaf ziyarah. So you're out of the state of Ihram. But only one thing is not, it's all coming up, don't worry, this is all coming up. That's why I don't want to talk about Hajj anymore. This is the last question, yeah? The only thing that you can't perform, you can't do from the Ihram is intimate relation. That's not allowed until you've done tawaf ziyarah. That's if you're going with your wife. You've done your tawaf ziyarah, then you can do that. That's the only thing. You can wear ittar, you can have a shower, you can soap, everything, clothing, everything. Only thing, wife or the husband. Intimate relation. That's not allowed until tawaf ziyarah is done. Understood? Any questions? So I want to finish this quickly. In quick time. Footwear in ihram, the main criteria are the ankle and the instep remain exposed. Yeah, the top part. You know this top bone? This is a question every year. This year is quite good, mashallah. Every year what happens is people put so many pictures. I think they should get the Hajis to do some advertisement for these UFOs and all of these companies. They'll make a lot of money through the Hajis. Yeah. The main thing is, look, I know people, they may have issues and problems. They need to go to the local ulama. This is not something which we can just say yes, yes, yes. This is your Hajj. Hajj is very important. You will see many things there, people wearing sliders and everything. Look, let them do what they want. You've done your research. Yeah, you can't just rely on the guide or the ulama on the group. No, you have to do your own research as well. I always say this. Yeah, so you have a particular, obviously main ruling will tell you, but if you have a particular footwear, you need to make sure that you've asked either one of us, or you've gone to your local imam, your local ulama, your local mufti and ikram. So this is the main criteria. This top bone here, that has to be exposed. The top bone, can you see it? This part here, and your ankle. Now, what happens in sandals at times depends on what type of sandals. It does cover this area. So I always say, look, just be on the safe side, man. Just leave this sandals and all of these things just for the first 2 days. On the third day, once you've done your tawaf ziyarah and you've gone back to the hotel, obviously you're going to rest. That night, which is Wednesday night, we will go to Mina, back to Mina. Then you wear your trainers if you want. Wear your trainers, slippers, or whatever you want to wear. But just do it until this Wednesday. Yeah, unless you have major issues. If you do have major issues, you're allowed to wear trainers anyway. Yeah, someone has major issues, he's allowed to wear trainers and there's no dam on him. This is for men only. There are no restrictions for women. Women are, people say it's not fair. You know, some people said, it's not fair. Men have to wear ihram, and that's actually not true. Shall I tell you why? It's a balance. We don't have to worry as men. We don't have to worry about hayd and what's the word? You know, monthly cycle and all of these things. Women do. Yeah, women do. And that's why we mentioned on the Wednesday, the Prophet ﷺ said they will get the reward of striving in the path of Allah. Someone who's gone for jihad, basically. A woman, though. Men wasn't mentioned. Men wasn't mentioned. Men, women, elderly, and children. Women, elderly and children. You remember the hadith? They will get the reward as if they've gone on an expedition in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of what they go through. Yes, we have to wear ihram. What's the big deal? It's not a big deal. They have to go through emotions and they have to work out their cycle and their timings, and sometimes they haven't done the tawaf ziyarah, they haven't done their umrah, headache upon headache. So we don't need to worry about these things. Wearing of belt is allowed. Why is it allowed? It's an accessory. So it's not clothing. Even if it's stitched, it's not clothing. How does one come into the state of ihram? Wudu is sufficient if ghusl is not possible. Pray 2 rakat salah, first rakat kafirun, and ikhlas, just like salatul safar. Yes? Pray salah with head covered. You're allowed to cover your head when you are praying. When you are praying your salah, remove the head covering once you prayed your salah and make your niyyah for umrah. And once you've made your niyyah, you can make it in English. I know you have the book, but you should know in English as well. I am going into the state of ihram to perform my umrah or hajj. For those who are doing Quran, I am making intention to go into the state of ihram for umrah and hajj. Ya Allah, make it easy for me. Ya Allah, accept from me. Very simple translation. Yeah. And even if someone didn't do it, it's in the heart. Intention's in the heart. But talbiyah, you have to say it, and then 3 times talbiyah. Talbiyah, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. After that, send durood on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if there's no time for wudu or salah, and this is if there's makruh time. If it's makruh time, you can't pray no salah anyway. Then you just make intention and you go into the you talbiyah and intention, and it's sufficient. Even if someone didn't perform wudu, it's still done. The Prophet ﷺ, Hajj Umrah radiallahu anhu narrated the Prophet ﷺ. Why are we mentioning this? Because some brothers and sisters, according to their understanding of what they've been taught on YouTube or their scholars, some people do say it's a bid'ah to perform the 2 rakats. And what they say is you should only do intention, make your intention and recite talbiyah, and the salah is a bid'ah. Whereas Hazrat Umar, this is Ibn Umar radiallahu anh, he saw directly the Prophet ﷺ praying 2 rakats at Dhul Hulayfa when he went into the state of ihram. Why are we mentioning this? Just so everyone knows that what we are doing is correct. Over there, you'll hear many things. This is not right. This is not right. You've been taught. This is what you've been taught. There is a narration. The Prophet ﷺ did pray 2 rakat salah, and this is why the reason we pray as well. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika lak, labbaik innal hamda wa ni'mata lak wal mulk la sharika lak. Every year I always say this just after this point. Please, a request to the brothers, a request to the sisters, those who are watching online, those who are in front of me, please read and learn this. Number 1, learn this, and number 2, recite it properly with tajweed. Is it a sin? Is it a sheen? It shouldn't be like labbaik la sarika laka labbaik, one of those ones. Yeah, you don't have to become a qari, but you should know the labbaik properly at least. Yeah, is a ha, is it a ain, innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. Most of it's easy anyway. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, and it shouldn't be labbaik Allahumma labbaik. No, Allah. It's not empty mouth. It is full mouth. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharik. Not sali. Labbaik la sharika lak. Over there you hear each other. You hear different labbaiks over there. Yeah, different country labbaiks. Labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. Sharik means there's no connection. We're not connecting anything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You say salik, it changes the meaning. Innal hamda ha wan ni'mata ayn. Yeah. Wal mulk la sharika lak. So learn this. You still have 1 week. Go home and don't come to me. Go to your local imam or go to some hafiz sahab, go to hafiz sahab over here, find out where he lives. Can you just listen to my labbaik, please? Am I reciting it properly? Am I saying it properly? Have I said the ha properly? This is your hajj. This is your hajj. If there's a hafiz, I'm sure there's a hafiz in your family. Can you just listen to my labbaik? He wouldn't mind. Am I saying it properly? Am I pronouncing it properly? This is your responsibility. Yeah. Like I said, don't come to me. Yeah. No one come to me, please. Yeah. Women's ihram, for women, ihram is normal clothing. Not required to wear sheets like men. She's permitted to use stitched clothing of daily use. White, not necessary. She may wear shoes. You know, especially from back home, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, there is this culture where they assume that they have to wear white. Yeah, if they want to wear white, it's obviously self-preference, but it's not a sunnah. It's not something you have to do. Yeah, but this is something which is like promoted in webinars and in seminars. No, there's no such thing as wearing white. You might help them in certain ways because of the sun heat, but there's no such thing as more rewarding or anything like that. Cover head, but not face or forehead. Even the forehead, your sisters, if they're not allowed to cover their forehead, it has to be uncovered up to here. You understand? And not the face. So those who are sisters who are going to be adorning themselves with the niqab, they should continue. Yeah, some sisters, they say to other sisters, no, it's too hot there, just take it off. No, if you adorn yourself and you've been wearing the niqab for so many decades or so many years, why take it off for? Yes. Yes, you're allowed to, for sure. You are allowed to take the niqab off. You are allowed to take the niqab off. As long as you're wearing the hijab. This is one opinion. And not majority, this is an opinion of many, many scholars. That face is not part of the... I'm not going to go into politics right now, yeah? Some sisters will not like this, but it's his opinion, yeah? But I'm saying, no, if you are wearing the niqab, you should continue wearing it. And how should you wear it? Get a proper baseball cap. Don't wear those small caps, the big one that comes out. I call it baseball cap, right? The baseball one. What's those companies? What's it called? Furqan always wears those, yeah? The proper, yeah? Huh? Yeah, the basketball ones, right? That comes out properly. And then the orni will just drip over. You don't need to go on Google and type in those companies where they provide those. Yeah, it's just not money-making scheme. It's their business. May Allah grant them barakah. But you don't need those type of caps where it's, stitched. Yeah, you might make it a bit easier that you won't be flying anywhere. But this is sufficient. I've taken my wife. I've taken my mum for Umrah. Take my wife for Hajj. She wore this in all the days. She was totally fine. Where you wear the baseball cap and you just drape it over the baseball cap and drape the orni or the hijab or whatever you want to call it over the baseball cap, and you'll be fine. You won't touch the face and you can't see them as well. Cover head, but not face or forehead, but cover face in a manner that the cloth does not touch the face. Coming into the state of ihram, same as men, exactly the same. But talbiyah should be read silently. Women should not be screaming, labbaik Allahumma labbaik. No. Because their voice is also satar, is also awra. They should not raising their voice and saying in a nice tone. They should avoid this and say it silently. This is you see that? Oh.
The initial video, they say it now, right?
No, loudly means, yeah, not so loudly. They should hear it themselves. Yeah. So even men, like imagine going to Heathrow and saying labbaik so loudly, people will get scared. You don't need to scream in labbaik in Heathrow Airport or Manchester Airport. No, just say loud. The definition of loud is so someone next to you can hear it. That's the meaning of loud. Loud doesn't mean screaming. So this is the way the sisters can wear the niqab, a baseball cap, and it's just straight over. Women's ihram, in menses, women will bathe or perform wudu with the intention of Umrah and Hajj. This will not make them bark. This will not make them pure, yeah, or come out of the state of the haze. Sit facing the Qibla, make intention, followed by talbiyah, remain engaged in dhikr, dua, talbiyah, and once they have come out of the state of their haze and their menses, then they can go to Masjid al-Haram. This is obviously for someone who is a sister who is a woman who is on her haze, who is performing tamattu. Those who are in Qiran, there will be something different, obviously. Don't worry about that. But don't worry about that too much. Once in the state of ihram, a muhrim must not perfume soap. Let me make this clear. There's two opinions. Some ulama, great scholars, they say that you are allowed to wear soap. You are allowed to put soap on. Why? Because of the what's the word? The purpose of soap. Everyone always a lot of brothers have been asking me, and every year they ask me, I always give this answer: avoid it. Avoid it. It's 2.5 days. I know there's an opinion, even some of my teachers, they say it's allowed. Yeah, because the purpose of soap is not to perfume yourself, rather it's to take that oiliness away and take najasat away or take away impurities. I would say stay away from it. If you go to Mina, the authorities will provide some type of soap. It will be placed in the wudu area. You smell it for yourself and then come back to me in Mina and tell me what type of scent is in that soap. And I've asked this to my teachers. It smells like musk. They're so strong, these soaps. So these soap you should avoid. If it's a soap that you're going to take from Aldi, those 50p ones, cheap ones, I would say that would be okay. Because there's no smell in it really. Yeah, there's no smell. The scent is so low, you can't even smell it. But if you're going to use a good soap, nah, come on, man, it's fragranced. Avoid it. Wipe the face. You are not allowed to wipe the face with cloth. Wipe the face. A bit of dabbing, quick time is allowed. Very quick time is allowed. Yeah, but it'll be so hot there when you perform wudu. No one dries themselves in Mina, by the way. There's no such thing as, can I borrow your thing? Or there's no such thing. It's so hot there, you want to do wudu for 1 hour. That's how hot it's there. You'll realize when you get there. So no one perform. In fact, when even those brothers who are going for, or sisters who they go for shower, there's actually a proper shower facility now. You go in there, no one takes a towel. You won't see anyone taking towels with them. You go in there, you have a shower, you wear your ihram, and you go. I'm not exaggerating. So, and I've done this myself. One must not engage in any modest conversations, arguments, no intimate talk or action is permissible, even between the husband and wife. You're not allowed to be getting excited with the wife. Yeah, all of this stuff that you do it all before ihram. Make sure you tell Parvez as well, this all has to be done before ihram. The moment you're in ihram, you can't be doing all of this stuff. Not allowed. Yeah, real talk, this is not allowed. Love, how you doing? Let's go for a walk, and those lovely chats that you have. No, not allowed. Yeah, you have to be strict. Yeah, all of that after Hajj. And that includes even on the message. You can't be messaging your wife if your wife's at home and we are in Hajj. And even that type of language is not, I'm just saying. فَلَا رَفَثَ وَلَا فُسُوقَ. Rafath means this type of speech. Once in the state of ihram, a muhrim should continue with the talbiyah at every change of condition. Read talbiyah during the journey, be prompt in your salah. Even on the aircraft, because you are musafir, all the 4 rakats will be halved. The sunnahs and nafal will remain the same. Now what should you do? Talbiyah. Keep doing talbiyah. And talbiyah is the main dhikr of Allah. Talbiyah is a dhikr, is a remembrance of Allah. Yeah. And every moment, so when you change, if you're standing and you just sat down, talbiyah. I've mentioned this on the Wednesday. Obviously, you can't do talbiyah for 24 hours. It's not going to work. No one can do talbiyah for 24 hours. You get tired. How much talbiyah are you going to do? So the best thing to do is when you just stood up, when you just stand up, talbiyah once. You sat back down when you got your food from the queue, buffet, talbiyah. When you lie down before going to bed, talbiyah. When you wake up, talbiyah. That's the best way to do it. Everyone understand? Things permissible in ihram, shadowing under an umbrella is allowed. You can wear a ring, wear glasses. I've already explained all of these things come under accessory, you're allowed. While you are in ihram, you want to wash your ihram, it is permissible. You can even change your ihram. This is another thing I was going to mention. People think that's why clothing is not the main thing. The state of ihram is the main thing. Someone can change his clothing 1,000 times, it's permissible. You can cover yourself, including your feet, your blanket, with a blanket, quilt, sleeping bag, or any other cover, but you must not cover your face or head. You're not allowed to cover your face. And you'll see this in Mina. Now, I'm used to, generally, when I sleep, I always cover my whole, even in the summer, I have to cover my whole face and head and everything. This is not allowed in ihram. No, it's not allowed. You have to, if it's more than 12 hours, you have to give them. The problem with this, I can't see. I think it's, you may not, I think the last point was, you're not allowed to, can you move this? Yeah, you may also use, you can use miswak, yeah? You can use miswak, but you can't use toothpaste. No toothpaste allowed. No toothpaste, no, you'll see this on YouTube. You'll see many things on YouTube. You're allowed this and you're allowed that. Look, do your own research. Do your own research. There's many fatwas out there. It's your choice what you want to follow. Even in Mina, you'll see people brushing their teeth. Let them do it. You can brush your teeth as well. You choose. My son, my daughter, they don't use this Colgate because they use some children's type. Yeah, it's quite expensive as well. It's quite rinsy. Yeah, so it's actually really good because I've read it just recently, flavor free. I'm not telling you what one it is though. Yeah, I want you guys to avoid this. Yeah, so that will be allowed. You're allowed to use flavor free. No polo and chewing gum and all of this stuff is not allowed because it's got fragrance inside. There's still fragrance in your mouth. Yeah, fragrance is not just on the body, it's your mouth as well. That's why mints are not allowed. Chewing gum's not allowed. Use miswak. Miswak is the best. Believe me, use miswak 5 times a day. Your breath will be fine, inshallah. All right, what? Yeah. No, not allowed. Quickly, yeah. A quick dab is allowed. Quick dab is allowed. No, you're not allowed to just leave on your head. No, you're not allowed. You should take it. You should definitely take one. Yeah, take this. This is obviously what you're gonna wear, and at least 1 sheet. 1 sheet is minimum. But best would be to take one full pay. Don't follow me. Please don't follow me. I don't say I have to lead by example, but I generally take one. And the reason I take one sheet is because it's just too long taking too many things. Yeah, but it's best to take 2 pieces extra. So just take a whole pay of ihram to be on the safe side. You'll reach Jeddah, be patient. Formalities will take a few hours. This is obviously, like I said, this PowerPoint presentation was created pre-COVID. And those days, when I first went for Hajj in 2017, we were at the airport in Jeddah for 6 hours. They just made us sit there for 6 hours. That's when our coach came, then they took us to our hotel. But now, alhamdulillah, it's changed. And inshallah, we won't be at the airport for too long. Yeah, last year we were out of the airport within 30 minutes. So have sabr, patience. This is not your Dubai, and this is not your trip to Maldives. This is Hajj. This is 1.2, 1.5 million people they are transporting from A to B. Enter Makkah in pure state with talbiyah, with total humility and respect, dua and istighfar, thinking of, as a sinner has come to be pardoned. Yeah, you're going to Makkah, you should be making dua on the way as well. You should make, even those who go regularly. I know many brothers who go Umrah, they've been many times. Even then, when you're entering Makkah, and this is even those guys who are watching as well, a quick dua, at least in the heart, make a dua, try to raise your hands and make a dua, you're entering Makkah, understand? You'll be taken to hotels, settle down, rest if you are tired. You don't need to go straight to the haram. You don't need to do this. Yeah, we will be reaching, for those who are on the A1500, A1700, 3, 4 o'clock. I wouldn't advise to go to the haram. I always say, what kind of umrah is that? Like, you're going to be rushing and you're tired and buzzing and sleeping. You're walking and your eyes are closed. You know, it's a next level umrah, bro. It's a next level one. I always say, don't do that. Go to sleep. This is what I'm doing, by the way. So many brothers have messaged me. They want to do umrah with me. So I'm telling you right now, our umrah is in a nice breakfast. Have some eggs, have a nice cup of tea. If you do have tea, have a nice cup of coffee, have some dessert, and then we will go inshallah. No, about 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Yes? No, 4 o'clock for me. Yeah, we need to go sleep. We've been traveling for approximately 16, 17 hours. So don't do that. Don't rush it. There's no such thing as rushing it. If you want to take a bath, you can take a bath. The only thing is you can't wipe your face. So if you are going to dry your body, you dry your body, but not your face and not your head. So you can have a shower, you're allowed, but don't wipe the face. If you are tired, you can delay the umrah, no problem. But if it's salah time, you should obviously go for salah. Enter the masjid with the right foot. Enter the masjid with the right foot, reciting the dua. Allahumma ftah li abwaab rahmatik. Recite the always intention for the niyyah and intention for itikaf. So every time you enter Masjid al-Haram, you'll get, once you see the Kaaba for the first time, say Allahu Akbar. The first thing you will say is Allahu. People forget that even when they make the dua. Before the dua, you will say Allahu Akbar. Move to a side, not one side mean to a side where there's, you're not disturbing anyone. Nowadays, it's a bit difficult. Before it was really easy. There will be sections where you can go. Now they block areas. It becomes a bit difficult for us to do this. But inshallah, we will take you to the Kaaba for those who haven't been specifically. And I always say this, I will sacrifice my first glance just so that you can get a good place. The guides will obviously, we will be going together. We'll take you to a good location because we'll be going together as a group, all of us, 100, whoever, and we'll make our dua. We'll make a long dua as long as possible. At least if there's no authorities, if they don't move us, nowadays they do move us, and it's for health and safety, so we have to respect their roles as well. We'll try to make a long dua, 30 minutes, long dua, and thereafter we'll continue with the tawaf. Is that understood? So don't worry about that. Just make sure you look down, because the moment you enter King Abdul Aziz Gate, you can see the Kaaba. Pre-COVID, and maybe way before COVID, when you enter the gates, you can't see the Kaaba until you go down. So when you go down the escalators or just the stairs, there were no escalators before. When you go down the stairs, then you can see the Kaaba. It's not like that anymore. The moment you enter the door, forget the door. There's a saying, if you go to the clock tower, where the door is of the clock tower, you can see the Kaaba. Don't do that when you first get there, but go try it out. When you're going to eat on the 5th floor, food courts, just stand at the doors and you look and you can see the Kaaba. So that dua will be finished, because the dua is the first glance. And the dua that you make at that moment, that dua is always accepted. So there's one dua that you have to make. I'll give you a little nice tip. What dua are you going to make? Make dua for everything, but the first dua that you should make is, Ya Allah. Yeah, Jannah for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, obviously Jannah, your parents, you have to make dua for everyone. Yeah, but I'm saying the first dua that you should make is, Ya Allah, all the duas that I'm gonna make from today until I leave, Ya Allah, accept all of them. So Ya Allah, all the duas in Arafah, all the duas in Mina and Muzdalifah, and when I'm walking in Jamarat, and Allah accept everything. It's a good dua, innit? Because I taught you that make dua for me as well. Yeah. So, and then obviously you make dua for Jannah, you make dua for your life, your health, make dua for the Ummah, make dua for those people who are suffering around the world, Palestine, Sudan, Syria, all of the countries, make dua for them, inshallah. This is just, we don't need to read this. Allahu Akbar, say Allahu Akbar, raise the hands in dua. And the moment is very precious, for whatever dua is made will most certainly be accepted. Now you will start to do tawaf. We'll make our way to Hajj al-Aswad, and in line with the Hajj al-Aswad, you see the green lights. Yeah, it's like literally that green light in the corner. Yeah, it will be in line with the Hajj al-Aswad. Yeah, because it will be very difficult to get to Hajj al-Aswad as long as it's in line. You don't have to be on the bang on the line as well. You know, people think it has to be like you need a ruler and you take a measuring tape out and you need to make sure it's like, no, you don't need to do this. As long as it's in line with the Hajj al-Aswad. Once you get there, obviously, as you're making your way towards the Hajj al-Aswad, everyone uncover their right arm. Remind me as well, because I always forget, because the group's always with me. And everyone help each other, the brothers, and uncover the right arm and the shoulder. By the way, if someone missed it, there's no dumb, yeah, it's a sunnah. It's a great sunnah, we shouldn't miss it. We're going for Hajj Umrah, why miss it for? Uncover the right arm and the shoulder, and this will be done only for tawaf. People go to Sa'i and you see brothers doing, they do, it's called istiba. The istiba is not for Sa'i, it's only for tawaf. Understand? If someone wants to do it outside the masjid because it's just easier, there will be a crowd inside, yeah, that's fine. But don't do it when you're in Hilton Convention. Yeah, it's not the sunnah. Sunnah is only for tawaf. And you will go around the Kaaba anti-clockwise how many times? 7 times. You don't need to read this. And intention is necessary. So if someone has walked around, because wudu, for example, wudu is someone that performed wudu, but he didn't have intention for wudu. He was just sitting there and he was daydreaming and he just wet all his arms. Or for example, he went to swimming and he just jumped into the ocean and he jumped into the swimming pool. His wudu is done, according to Hanafi fiqh. And according to majority of the schools, it's done. Because for wudu, intention is not a condition. Are you guys with me? It's like you're shocked, man. Wow, that's amazing. It's not something amazing. It's not a big deal. So if you perform your wudu, if you happen, someone just threw a whole bucket of water at you, and you're walking in the rain, and your whole feet is so much rain, your feet are drenched in water, your whole body soaked, your wudu's done. So you don't need, it's not a condition. However, for tawaf, it's a condition though. Tawaf is a condition. You can't be just going round and round the Kaaba for no reason, like the guards. If the guards over there just went round the Kaaba without intention of tawaf, it won't be done. So you have to have intention. Ya Allah, I'm performing tawaf. Dua to the fact that there is a lot perfume. So Hajj Aswad, because won't touch Hajj Aswad because there's perfume on it. You have to give them. You will go past the Rukn Yamani. There's 2 stones. Before the Hajj Aswad, there's a stone which is known as Rukn Yamani. Rukn Yamani, in Hanafi fiqh, if you're passing it and you can touch it, you can wipe it. You can wipe your hands. Yeah? But if you can't touch it, there's no gesture. There's no salam to Rukn Yamani. Over there, you'll see loads of thousands of people doing Rukn Yamani salam over there as well. Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Next one, Bismillah Allahu Akbar. That's your choice if you want to follow that. In Hanafi fiqh, no, you don't do istilam to the Rukn Yamani, only Hajj Aswad. Do not engage in worldly talk. This is your Hajj, this is your Umrah. Be serious. Yeah, don't be going on WhatsApp and go checking your TikTok and your Snapchat and bringing this person and bringing that person and talking to the person next to you. How are you? Yeah, where are you from? Preston, mashallah, I'm from London. Like, no, what were you doing? Do that in the hotel. In tawaf, you should not be doing this. Make dua. Every round, you should make dua. And you don't need to make dua in Arabic. Yeah, Allah's the one who created languages in the first place. who created English? Allah. Allah's the one who gave the understanding to these people to speak English and Urdu and Gujarati. Make dua in any language. When I generally make dua, except the Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar, between the corner before the Hajj Aswad, that's Rukn Yamani, between Rukn Yamani and Hajj Aswad, you just constantly read Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana. Constantly. Rabbana atina fid. You keep saying it. Try to aim for 20 at least. between that size should take you maybe around, it won't take you more than 2 minutes. That would be 2 minutes, approximately 2 minutes. If there's a lot of crowd, maybe 5 minutes. In that time, just read Rabbana, no other du'as. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana, and learn the meaning as well. Oh Allah, thereafter, and save me from the fire. Wa qina adhaban nar. You should know the meaning. And then the rest of the tawaf, make dua in English. Make dua in your own language, in Gujarati, in Urdu, whatever language. And make dua for the ummah, make dua for your family, make dua for your parents, make dua for your children, make dua for success. Everyone understand? And by the way, we're following this, but just doing my own style. We follow this for too long, we'll be here for the whole day. One is called ithtiba, where you, which I'm going to explain in a moment. One is to expose the right arm and the right shoulder. That's called ithtiba. Yeah. And one is called ramal. Ramal means to walk like a soldier. In the first 3 rounds, only the first 3 rounds, to walk like a soldier is a great sunnah. That's the only time you're allowed to put your chest out. For men, yeah? Generally, you're not allowed to walk like this. What are you saying, bro? Yeah. This is a sign of takabbur and ostentation and pride, yeah? But this is the only time you actually put your chest out and walk like a soldier. That's only if you can, yeah? If there's women in front of you and you're punching them, what are you doing? If you can, don't do it. If there's too many people, then you won't do them, obviously. Or you just try your best. But only the first 3 rounds. If someone forgot to do it in the first 3 rounds, then he won't do it in the 4th, 5th, 6th. Ramal is only the first 3 rounds. Do not push anyone during tawaf. Don't get annoyed. Someone may hit you or something. Don't worry. I see Hajis getting angry, and this is just part of the package. This is part of tawaf. Let's go with the flow. You make sure you don't hit no one. If someone hits you, don't worry about them. In fact, don't say I'm going to take him on the day of judgment. You leave him, just ignore him. Yeah, you just continue walking, make sure your family are safe, and you're good to go. Rabbana atina, we've already mentioned this. While in tawaf, do not gaze at the Kaaba. Yeah, although there's a huge reward. The Prophet said, when you go to the Kaaba and you just sit there and you look at the Kaaba, you get reward. There's a rahmah coming down on that person as well. But when you're doing tawaf, you will not look at the Kaaba. Yeah. If you intend to recite Umrah, recite takbir, we've written that, we don't need to. Istiba, that's istiba. You see? Istiba for men, right arm and right shoulder. Now proceed to the Hajj Aswad in such a manner that your right shoulder is in line with its left corner. Meaning, you are not past the Hajj Aswad. It's on the left-hand side of the Hajj Aswad. And you make niyyah, Ya Allah, I am performing tawaf. Ya Allah, accept from me. Make it easy for me, accept from me. Intention is compulsory for tawaf to be valid. You can't just go round and round the Kaaba. It's not going to work. And once if this is what, the reason we say left, because you can't be past the line. You can't pass the line of Hajj Aswad and then you're making intention, because you just passed the line. You have to make intention before the line. So before the Hajj Aswad, you will make this as the Kaaba, as you can see. In the corner, that's Hajj Aswad. Before, behind the line of Hajj Aswad, you will make intention of tawaf. Now move a little to the right until your chest is directly facing the Hajj Aswad. Raise both hands like this. Like this, not one hand, 2 hands. Some people say, why 2 hands? Some people you'll see doing this. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, like the Queen. Yeah. What they say is because 2 hands is more respectful. So if someone did do 1 hand, it's still acceptable, it's still allowed. But 2 hands is adab, is respect. Everyone understand? Raise both hands and say Bismillahi, Allahu Akbar. You can add Walillahi alhamd. I always add Walillahi alhamd. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, Walillahi alhamd. Bismillahi, Allahu Akbar, Walillahi alhamd. Turn so that your left shoulder is facing the Hajj Aswad. So look, this is the Kaaba, right? This is the Kaaba. If you're facing the Kaaba, you face the Kaaba, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, Walillahi alhamd, and then you kiss your hands. Fingers, hands is fine. Then you turn your body in such a way where that your left arm and your left shoulder is now facing the Kaaba. As you know, you turn to the right. Obviously, on your left would be the Kaaba, and then you start going around the Kaaba. Anti-clockwise. Don't walk too slow. Don't walk too fast. That's the sunnah. Pushing the chest outwards and moving the shoulders. This is obviously for men, and it's only for the first 3 rounds. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's nothing. There's no. Ramal is a sunnah. We should do it though. We remind each other, because we always generally forget. There's only people there. You're so concerned about other things. Don't worry about this too much. Kaaba, that's how it is. And the man usually goes round, but he's not going round. So he will go round and round like this. He's on the left, Kaaba's on the left, and he will go around 7 times. When reaching in line parallel to Hajj Aswad in the second and remaining rounds, turn the face and the chest towards the Hajj Aswad and do Istilam. So every time you get to Hajj Aswad, you face the Hajj Aswad with your chest facing the Hajj Aswad like this. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd. You kiss your hands. Yes? Is that understood? Any questions? Just making sure that my phone don't have any questions. Some question coming through, but I'll answer that in a moment. Dua during tawaf. اللهم إني أسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة. Yeah. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Or you can read any dua. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. ربي زدني علما. ربنا إننا آمنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا إننا آمنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. There's so many duas you can make. You understand? Yeah, I've already mentioned on the Wednesday, and I'm sure you remember. Yes, of course you can read a book, but understand what you are reading. Don't just read from a book as if you know, and you don't know what you're reading. Because dua, you're supposed to ask from Allah. That's why I said learn the meaning of Rabbana Atina fi dunya hasana. You should know what you're asking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why when people read books, I mean, I'm not saying it annoys me, but it makes me like question, like, what are you asking from Allah? You need to know what you're asking, right? If you can't think of anything, recite Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. This is in hadith. The Prophet did make this dua. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim. After the 7th round, do istilam for the 8th time. This is sunnat mu'akkida. So obviously all together, there will be a total of istilams. How many istilams? 8 times. So the first one, obviously start, and obviously 7 in total. Now cover the shoulders. You've done your tawaf, cover your shoulders. Once you finish your tawaf, you cover your shoulders. I'm going to keep saying this because you will see people doing istiba even in Mina. Because we're not saying they like not that they're wrong, but they're really happy, and we have to give it to them. MashaAllah, they've come for Hajj. They're very excited. They feel that energy and that, you know, but it's not the Sunnah. It's not part of Islam. Istiba, uncovering and exposing the right arm and shoulder is only for tawaf, not even for sa'i. So when you go to sa'i, you see loads of men doing this, hundreds, if not thousands of men doing this. It's not the sunnah. Sunnah is only for tawaf. Make dua multazam if possible. This is not going to be possible. We'll explain multazam, I think, in the next slide. Proceed to Maqam Ibrahim. This is also not going to be possible. There's going to be thousands of people there. But if there were less people when you were performing Umrah during the year when it's quiet, you'll perform your 2 rakats behind Maqam Ibrahim or in line with it. Maqam Ibrahim. Every time you perform a tawaf, it's wajib to perform 2 rakat salah. 2 rakat salah. And that could be anywhere. It doesn't have to be behind the Maqam Ibrahim. Some people are performing behind Maqam Ibrahim and disturbing everyone. You'll see this every year. So there's thousands of people going around and they couldn't find any other place but they wanted to pray. So I don't think they're getting reward for that salah. Because they're disturbing everyone and they're causing so much havoc. Yeah. And difficulty for other people. So don't pray there. Find a quiet place behind the Maqam Ibrahim at the back and you'll be fine. It is mustahab to drink Zamzam water after Tawaf Salah. We always do this. We'll take you for once you prayed your Tawaf, once you prayed your 2 rakat Salah, we'll go drink some Zamzam. And ensure that it's not makruh time. Inshallah, it shouldn't be anyway. Water of Zamzam, we don't want to read this, but the Prophet, we mentioned this last week in the Zamzam. Prophet said, that the water of Zamzam is drunk is for whatever dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Always make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because the dua is accepted. As you can see, that's multazam. Can you see multazam? They say multazam is the most sacred place, some ulama say, on the face of this earth, between the Kaaba door and the Hajj Aswad. That little place there. It's quite difficult to get there. It's right next to the Hajj Aswad because people are pushing to the right and those people who are clinging on to the Kaaba door, they're pushing you to the left. Yeah, but if you can, the Prophet was seen to put his cheek on this place and he put his chest on this place and he made dua. This is called the multazam, very special place. People think the Kaaba door, that is multazam. That is not the multazam door. That is not the multazam. Yeah, the door is just like the whole Kaaba. So people are so like adamant that they want to hold the door. Yeah, the door and the rest of the Kaaba is the same. in terms of, preference and reward. But the left-hand side, that's the multazam. That's Maqam Ibrahim, as you can see there. I don't know if you know Maqam Ibrahim. That's the Maqam Ibrahim. Can you see it? Maqam Ibrahim is where the footprints of Ibrahim alayhi salam is. Istilam of Hajj al-Aswad for the 9th time. Have you heard that before? You haven't. This 9th time will be done, but you won't need to go, and you shouldn't go to the line. So wherever you are in the haram, just point at the Hajj al-Aswad for the 9th time, wherever you are, and you will do a 9th time istilam, which is mustahab. You understand? Proceed to Safa, and you will commence your sa'i. Don't worry about this too much. Do not raise your hands like takbir tahrima. There's no istilam in Safa Marwa. There's no istilam, Allahu Akbar. You don't do that. Go to Safa, there will be a sign. It will be mas'a. It will be written mas'a. Mas'a means the place where you do sa'i. The group guy will take you. Even if you get lost, there's no such thing as you getting lost. I don't understand the concept of lost. Yeah, you're in Saudi, you're in Mecca. Yeah, you just look for the sign. There's like 1,000 of people there. Brother, where's Safa? Go there. Don't worry. It's not possible to keep a group of 150, 100 people together. Yeah, every year we start with 100 and I'm left with 25. But I do quite well. 25 is still good. Some people have left with none. Yeah. And those people who are with me, and I walk really slow. Every year my wife says, make sure you walk slow because you walk really fast. And I generally do, but in Umrah I walk so slow, and I remind them after, brother and sister, I walk slowly for you guys. Otherwise I walk really fast. And then, but if you do get lost, if you not lost, but if you are away from the group, finish your 7 rounds, pray your 2 rakat salah, drink some zamzam, do your 9th istilam, make your way to Safa Marwa and do 7 laps of Safa Marwa. When you get to Safa, if you can see the Kaaba, recite inna Safa wal Marwata min shay'a man hajj al-bayta wa i'tamara fala junaha alayhi an yatawaf bihima faman tatawwa'a khayran fa inna Allah shakirun alim. This is in the 2nd juz on the 4th side. Juz, 4th side, 3rd line. Recite this, and even if you don't, it's fine. If you say Allahu Akbar, you can recite other du'as and you make your way doing 7 laps. This is Safa Marwa. Safa to Marwa is 1, not Safa to Marwa, Marwa to Safa. Not 14 laps. Honestly, I'm not lying to you. One brother said, yeah, I'm just finishing my sa'i. It was a mission. It took me like, almost 2 hours. I thought, what? 2 hours? Like, where were you walking from here to London? So no, I just finished my 14 laps. Well, oh, brother, I was shocked. I said, I'll chat to you after. I was so tired. It was just getting to me. I explained to him after, brother, it's 7 laps. Safa to Marwa 1, Marwa to Safa 2. So you start from Safa and you finish at Marwa. And in between the Safa Marwa, you will see these green lights. The men will run, not the women. And don't worry, every year people are worried about the women. Don't worry about the women. Like I said, you're in Masjid Haram. Yeah, what we generally do is we run and then we slow down. We slow down until, in fact, we go drink some zamzam. And the women always catch up. So don't worry about the women. But yeah, they will not run, women will not run, men will run. As you can see, that's one of the floors, and they have green lights. Some floors have like, it's the beginning of the running, one set of lights, and then the end have set of lights. But you'll see the green lights, you can't miss them. The middle part is for wheelchairs. Wheelchairs should only be used over here, and we shouldn't be walking there. Some brothers think, let me just go in there and I'm going to walk in the middle. Like, what are you doing, bruv? Yeah, this is called haqqut tariq. This is not allowed. Yeah, some ulama say this is makruh, by the way. Why? Because this is not your pathway. This is used for who? For wheelchair users. And number 2, you shouldn't go there anyway, because these wheelchair workers, they've been appointed by the government. That's their job, and they need to. The more rounds they do, they get paid. So they don't ride, or they don't push slowly. They push fast. They will hit you. They don't care who's in your way or who's in their way. People get hit really hard on the back of their feet. So don't go in this middle area. Stay in the 2 areas going to Safa and to Marwa. After sa'i, if it's not makruh time, it's mustahab, it's not farad, it's not sunnah. It's great if you do it. If you don't, it's fine to pray 2 rakats in Masjid Haram. In Masjid Haram. Safa Marwa is not part of the Haram. Meaning it's not part of Masjid Haram. Are you guys with me? Safa and Marwa is not part of Masjid Haram. So if you want to pray that 2 rakats, you'll have to go back into the masjid. Safa Marwa is not part of the masjid. Do halaq. This is for someone who's doing tamattu', not qiran. Yeah. Shave your head or trim your hair. And what is more rewarding? Halaq. Shaving the head. Or Zahir. Shaving the head. This year, who's trimming the hair? No trimming the hair. Shaving the hair this year. The Prophet ﷺ, in one narration, the Sahaba came and, the Prophet ﷺ was mentioning, remind me, he was talking to the Sahaba and he said, Rahimallahu ala al-muhalliqeen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower His mercy on those people, those brothers who shave their head. So the Sahaba who were sitting there, they said, Ya Rasulullah, what about those who trim their head? Al-muqassirun. The Prophet said, Rahimallahu ala al-muhalliqeen. May Allah shower His mercy on those who shave their head. Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, yeah, we get that. But what about those muqassirun? What about those who trim their hair? Rahimallahu ala al-muhalliqeen. May Allah bless and shower His mercy upon those who shave their head. Ya Rasulullah, what about those who trim their hair? After 3 times he said, Rahimallahu ala al-muqassirin. May Allah shower His mercy on those who trim their hair. Meaning, if you shave your head, you get 3 times more. Not double, triple reward. So the Hajj, if those who only trim their hair, they only get reward of 1 Hajj. It's the best way to put it. And those who shave their head, it will grow back. Don't worry, man. It's fine.
Is there any benefit in keeping the hair for Hajj?
People say that. Yeah, people say that. That's for tamattu, obviously. That's tamattu. If people are performing tamattu, then yeah. If someone is performing tamattu, then yeah, just maybe do a size 1 or something. Size 1, size 2, yeah. It's a good point. But even then, even if he did shave the head for Umrah, the ulama say he will still get the reward because he still needs to shave his head. Someone shaved their head in, for example, he performs two Umrahs 2 days in a row. He still has to shave his head. But what they do is go over it. So he's still getting the reward, don't worry. Yeah. With the blade. No, with the blade. It should be totally removed, all of it, with the blade. Yeah, if he takes all of it off from the roots, then that's fine as well, yeah. But halaqa means to remove the hair from the roots. So when someone shaves it when takes it with the machine, it's not basically, it's on the skin. What they say is on the skin. So even size 0 there's still a very no, I want to say a layer, but you can't really. You have to obviously look in a microscope. Yeah, microscope. You'll have to see it, and you can see it. There's a layer which is coming on top of the skin because he hasn't been taken off from the roots. Now what a blade does, it takes it from the roots. That's called halaq. I'm just giving you definition of halaq here. Then for them they shouldn't do anyway. If someone has some spots or some major issue on their heads, then they should avoid it. That's going to cause nuqsan. They're going to cause hardship to themselves. So obviously they should. That's different. Let's leave that for now. Don't go into that, brother. Don't go into that right now. We'll discuss that after. But just generally, someone who can shave their head, he should shave it. So this is for women. They also have to do it, but not shave the head. They don't shave the head, women. Yeah, they will trim the hair. How do they trim the hair? It's very simple. Is get 3 plaits. That's the best way to, because they have to do 1 layer for 1 trim for all of the hair. At the bottom, the way they do it is they make a little plait or wrap it around their finger, and the moment it goes round and is covered once, they will cut that. And the best way to do it is just make 3 plaits. So it's easier. It's just the best way to do it. This will be done in the privacy of their room. You will see in Marwa, there's women trimming their hair there, because the hair is also satar, is aura. Although some sisters, they don't cover their hair, but this is aura. So they should not do this. And if you do it over there, it's more sin. Jello, you don't wear your hijab. Okay, fair. Fair enough. You do what you want to do, but don't do it over there, because the sin over there is more as well. Just like the reward is more, the sin is more. Not on the streets or at hairdressers. It should be done, and this should not be done in front of non-mahram men as well. Yeah, so the best way to do it, women do women, unless you're with your wife in the room, that's different. This men's, we want to leave this for now. I don't want to go into menses because we've done this quite often, but don't worry about that too much. After halaq, the umrah is now complete, and after the umrah, he will now remain in Hajj until the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. So even us, when we are going on Saturday, we'll reach on Sunday, we will wait until Monday morning. But those who are going today, they'll perform their umrah and they will wait until next Monday morning. Is that understood? This is some video I don't want to play right now. Umrah is complete. We'll have a quick break, inshallah. Any questions? Yeah, go on. No. Before you make the intention of ihram. The salah is always before. So you pray this is the order. You pray your salah. After you pray your salah, when you're ready, obviously, you do your intention. After intention, talbiyah. Can I have something to? Okay, this is a problem which I have had, and I have this regularly. Serious pains in the ears, on the flight. So can they take something, some gum or something? Look, the best thing to do is have something which is does not have the fragrance in the fragrance and chewing gum and all this stuff. We should avoid that. They are chewing gum which has is fragrance free. You can find it online. That's allowed. But anything fragrant, you should avoid it. Because I have this sister is asking, and I hope I've sorry, yeah. I have like severe pains. It actually gets to my head. I feel like screaming. It's like something's in a pop. My veins are in a pop. So yeah, I know what they're going through, but try to take something which does not have like fragrance and mint type of smell. Any questions, brothers, before we go upstairs?
The answer correct is that you have insurance advisor place in the power
Yeah.
in case you will. Is that the
No. What's your question? Sorry, what's your question?
that you can wipe your face with towel?
Yeah, you're not allowed to wipe the face because wiping means covering. Wiping is still under the definition of covering. Nothing under covering. Nothing under the definition of covering. So if you wipe it, you're still covering the face. That's for men and women. But if you dab it, quick dabs.
I can use my hand.
Yeah, hand is fine because hand is part of the body. Yeah. Hand is part of the like someone else cannot touch your face. I can't come to your face and cover your face because it's external body. But your face, you can do what you want with your hands. So what you think? Quick time. You have to be quick time. Yeah, quick time. But even quick time means quick time means don't take the mic, standing there doing this, what are you doing? This is Umrah, man. This is Hajj. No, let's see finish. Put the bin. He came up. That's preferable. That's the sunnah way, sunnah method. You perform salah, niyyah, talbiyah. But if someone and having obviously you have to have wudu for the salah. But if someone did not have wudu, and he didn't pray the salah, sorry, he didn't pray salah, it's still done. You don't need to pray the salah to go into the state of ihram. Make that clear. I remember a few years ago we went to perform Umrah. We got to Masjid Aisha, and I don't know why we planned it like that. But no, actually no, there was no reason. When we got to Masjid Aisha, we couldn't pray the 2 rakats, but we had to go past the border, obviously, past the miqat. So we got there, we made our talbiyah, we did our talbiyah intention, we cited our talbiyah intention, but we did not pray salah. It's makruh time. And it's a good question. You don't need to be in the state of wudu to recite your talbiyah and go in and make intention. Any other questions before you go upstairs?
When sleeping during the exam, can you put a sheet on?
Yes, but not your face. Feet can be covered, just your face and your head. Face and head is not allowed. You can't cover your face and head. They'll give it to you mina anyway. They'll give you a nice gumbal. They'll give you a nice covering, but not your face. You will see people. You know what I do usually? I take it off the face. Anyone in my row, I remove it. Just to remind them you are not allowed to cover your face. Not face and not head. This is for brothers and sisters. They're not allowed. Sisters obviously face. They are obviously head they're allowed to cover, but not their face. Sisters, just to remind you, it also includes the forehead, where the forehead begins, or where it generally begins. Yeah, over here. So they can't be, because some sisters they have a habit of putting the hijab lower or in a particular place just so that hijab is obviously on point. It has to be like on point, right, left. It has to be like ironed properly and the slits and whatnot. No, this is not allowed. Yeah, the hijab has to be put on in such a way that the forehead is exposed. Any questions? When are we coming back downstairs? 11:15, bang on. 11:15, we come back downstairs, inshallah. Everyone go upstairs and we'll the brothers and sisters, everyone can have a little break, and everyone please come back at 11:15. Even the brothers who are watching online, please come back at 11:15. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem amma ba'd. Okay, my brothers and sisters, let's continue inshallah. Let's smash it out, guys. Let's smash it out. Where's the screen? Where is it? She's a Jeep. Why is it not working? Should I stop it? Try again. Okay. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Brothers, don't worry. Any question you want to ask, please do ask. Because sometimes I forget things. Yeah. I am a human being from amongst the human beings of the world. Yeah. So if I forget something, let me know. Like you just reminded me, it's a good reminder from the brother. If someone broke their wudu while they're performing Umrah, performing tawaf, yes, you just obviously you'll have to perform your wudu again because wudu is a condition. Yeah, for sa'i you don't need wudu. Sa'i you don't need wudu. But for tawaf, you have to have wudu for all 7 rounds. So the moment you have broken your wudu, it's fine, just go on the side and perform your wudu. Now, days of Hajj. The first part was about Umrah. We are now speaking about Hajj. Days of Hajj. This is my favorite part of it. I like talking about this part. Yeah. Days of Hajj. 7th of Dhul Hijjah. This is the day before the 8th of Istiyah. This is the day before Mina. Right? Prepare for journey to Mina. Now we have to understand for those who are going 8:1500, 8:1700, we have to do it from now. Meaning it will be practical for you to have your bag ready from now. I mean, not now, before you leave. So that bag, this is your bag, this is your Mina bag, and that's going to go in your suitcase. So you don't have to open your bag, your suitcase, and start making. Although people do this, and if you think you'll be okay, then yeah, Bismillah, no problem. But don't be overstressing yourself over there and packing your bag and wasting time and stressing out. If you do it now, then you know what you have and what you don't have. That's the whole wisdom behind it. So prepare. Wear the ihram in hotel room. Then preferably go to the masjid and make intention for Hajj. You don't need to go to Masjid Haram, but if you do, it's your choice. But don't delay the group. We will most probably tell you to come down to the hotel lobby around 7 a.m. Now don't be going to the Haram at 7 a.m. That wouldn't be right. That's not considerate towards the group. If you're gonna go to the Haram, go in the morning, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You understand? And then make intention for Hajj. You will go into the state of Ihram if you're not in the state of Ihram, if you're performing Tamattu, if you're in Qiran, you don't need to worry. You will make your talbiyah in your room and Bismillah. Followed by talbiyah, if one wants to perform sa'i before going to Mina, then someone wants to perform if one wants to perform sa'i before going to Mina, then perform nafal tawaf with istiba, uncover the right arm and right shoulder, and Ramal will be done as well. Then do sa'i with intention of Hajj. Is understood? This is before Hajj, before the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. So 7, 6, 5, 4, you can do that extra. So you can do the Hajj sa'i before the 8th. And to be honest, it does really help. Tawaf is always 7. Good question. Tawaf will be always 7. If it's for Umrah, if it's for Hajj, if it's Farad, if it's Wajib, if it's Sunnah, Nafal, it will always be 7. In the back for Mina, look, this is just a list which has been provided by one of the scholars. But look, you can make your own, what's the word? Whatever you think is best, you don't need to really, what's the word? You don't need to follow this to the T. Yeah, whatever you think is best. So over here it's written medication, miswak, once ihram, clothes for women, both non-perfumed wipes. They do really help, so then you don't have to do the bath and wipe your hands. Spottle, Vaseline, umbrella, glass, sleeping bag, inflatable pillow, phone, mobile phone only for these. Yeah, this is actually a very nice, comprehensive, I would say, very simple word. Yeah. Menses start after she had done and she was performed Umrah and had activity. Now you have to understand, PowerPoint present is about tamattu. Sisters who are performing tamattu, yeah. So if a sister, if a woman is on her menses, the day of Hajj has now come, what should she do? Because she's performing, obviously, in Umrah, she's doing tamattu. She will break the ihram. How do you break the ihram? Well, another way to say is you will come out of the state of ihram. But because she came out of the state of ihram and she did not perform Umrah, yeah, she will now have to give a dam. She will give a dam at the end and she will make intention of ifrad. I think I unmuted myself just a moment ago. I think that's for sure.
Dad, Mum is just doing the hoover upstairs.
Oh, yeah. Is it working now? Should be, right? Yeah, it should be because you asked, yeah. Okay, so I was going to say, does everyone understand that? Do you understand what I said? Sisters who are performing tamattu, and that's possible because we have a group there right now. And she wants to perform tamattu or kiran. Obviously, she has to do umrah. Now the days are going past and her haze has still not finished. Her menses has not finished. And the 7th of Dhul Hijjah has arrived. She will come out of the state of ihram. How do you come out of the state of ihram? She will untie her hair, comb her hair, she will have a bath, and she will come out of the state of ihram. Obviously, you can say verbally, or you just have the intention in your mind. Then she will make a new intention of ihram. She will make a new intention for ihram, go into the state of ihram for Hajj. And she will do Hajj Ifrad. She will do Hajj Ifrad. Did you understand that, or was it complicated? Men should know rulings as well. It's not just for women. Women should know, men should know. She will perform ifrad. Now, because she came out of the state of ihram and she did not perform umrah. When you go into the state of ihram, you have to either do umrah or hajj. If you don't, you have to give dam, and if you come out of the state of ihram, she will give dam. But the good news is she doesn't need to worry too much because in hajj ifrad there's no qurbani. Hajj in qurbani is only for tamattu and kiran. You guys know that, yeah? There's no qurbani in ifrad. So those performing ifrad, they don't have to do qurbani. There's no qurbani for them. So because she's not doing qurbani and the money that she would have given for qurbani, she just gives it them. So yeah. I shouldn't tell this to them anyway. She keep the money. That's what's mentioned here, so we won't go for that. There's the Hajj in Mina perform all the salahs till Fajr. We will leave in the morning, like I said, approximately 7 a.m. We told you to come down. Please come down. Don't be coming at 7:30, 7:45. We told you 7 o'clock, come 7 o'clock. And once the coaches arrive, you will not come on bang on 7 o'clock. You come down when we tell you to come down. You wait there. Inshallah, the coaches will arrive and we make our way to Mina, inshallah. Mina is approximately 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on what route they take, and we'll get to Mina, inshallah. Once Mina, there's not much to do over there. And you will 5 salah over there. Let the slides finish, if you don't mind. There's one slide at the beginning of the question. 5 salah we'll pray over there. Yeah, because we pray Fajr in Makkah. We pray Fajr in Makkah, Isha. And Fajr on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, the day of Arafah. Is that with me so far? Yeah, make sure everyone prays in, even jama'ah, please. Everyone should pray. Whether you're a guide, whether you're not a guide, whoever you are, should always pray in jama'ah. Even if it's two people, like you couldn't make it, two guides, for example, we had to rush somewhere, do something, you should always pray in jama'ah because you're in a blessed place and you get 27 times more reward. Would you rather get one or 27? Come on, I want the 27, man. It's as if you prayed that salah 27 times. Only prayed once. You prayed once, but Allah said, I'm going to give you 20. So always pray with the jama'ah, but there will be a big jama'ah, obviously, and there will be talks, obviously, after salah as well. And Zohar, Arab. So sit in the talks, don't go for a walk. I don't want to be. Last year, I remember doing it for like 30 minutes max. Short talk. You might think that's not short, that's long. I do two hour talks usually. Yeah, otherwise, you don't want to come to those ones, trust me. So, this, I don't want to confuse you. I don't want you to read this. I don't want to confuse anyone. What it is, before, maybe around 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there was I wouldn't say this difference of opinion, but it was to do with Arafah Muzdalifah. Now, before, Mina was outside Makkah. Mina was out Makkah. So if you Mina, it would be a different area. It's like you're going to Medina, it's like Birmingham or Leicester. But really, because there's inhabitants now, there's actually living in Mina. There's flat. So the ulama, the scholars, the senior, the dons of the country and the world, they got together and they came to a unanimous conclusion, an agreement that Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah is now part of Makkah. Are you guys with me? This is a side point. When we calculate, why am I telling you this? Because we will calculate the days according to that now. So you won't calculate Mina as separate, Arafah, Muzdalifah as separate. This is all one. It's all part of Makkah. So that will include it in your 15 days. And in Mina, people always ask what we're going to do. Mina is about resting. Mina is actually about resting. Yeah. Tasbihat. Like I said, you should have a book. You should write things. Yeah, you can have a little quick chit chat. That's fine. The problem is just to be that extreme. But don't be there, cracking jokes person next to you. Much money laughing and around this the whole day. That's not extreme. What I'm saying, people think, oh, this guy's a bit strict. No, you gone there for ibadah, for worship, especially if it's your first Hajj. Go there, be serious. Ensure salah, the talk, majlis. It's a gathering of Quran and the Hadith. So again, there's angels which are surrounding this area, which are remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whoever remembers Allah, the angels are that area. And they go to Allah with the names of those people, and they appeal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are asking for your forgiveness and your mercy. So my main point is, this is not to do with okay. So yeah, we Salah in Mina. We'll pray Fajr. Sorry, we pray Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. We will stay one night, obviously. We will stay the night in Mina, and in the morning, we will make our way to. In the morning, when the coach is arrived, when the guide, the leaders, and they give us instructions, we will moment. And You look right, Parvez, you look left, Ibrahim. It's not like that anymore. Get these type of, how do you say it? This, like a divider, partition. It's joint on your bed. So it's quite cool. Oh, I don't. So every time it goes off, that's why. Okay. Sorry, you'll be all right. You'll be fine, yeah. And before you sleep on the bed, if you look right, you can see. So it was quite. I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but that was the system. Now you have your own bed basically, where you have a divider. So when you're lying down, this you look right, it's like a divider. Look left, it's a divider. It's quite cool. From the whole row, it will look like this. But now they have section about that. But this is how it looks like. This is a minute 10. And it's really cool in there. It's nice. Now we are on the 9th of the Hijjah. Takbirat tashriq will also commence on this day. So Fajr, on the day of Arafah, the whole world will be doing the takbir. We will do as well. Yeah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, lillahi alhamd. We will also do labbaik, by the way. So the only place where we do labbaik together in congregation is over there. So labbaik, Allahumma labbaik, after the takbir. In the morning of the Fajr, we will be taken to Arafah. This is the most important rukn of Hajj, to remain in Arafah from sunset is wajib. And if someone we have to Hajj will be done. As long as the performance, Hajj is done. But if someone didn't go to Arafah at all, whatever the reason, he got locked up, for example, around mucking around, put him in jail, he has to come out the next year. Wait, there's nothing he can do about it. You have to go to Arafah. But if you go for excuse, you're sick. That's why in the day of Arafah, you see helicopters. On the whole, you see helicopters is going up and down, not up and down, but this most
Apologies, everyone. There are some connectivity issues in the masjid, it seems, but the team are working over there. Sheikh Surti and whoever is there are working to get it back up again, so we should be up and running again shortly. Apologies again.
Yes. Oh. Okay, assalamu alaikum guys. Really sorry about that. This is the problem when we do it in certain places. The Wi-Fi is actually really bad, man. So anyway, I apologize for that. I was saying we are currently on the day of Arafah. We're on the day of Arafah, and we will. Oh man, please. We will reach Arafah in the morning, inshallah. We should reach in the morning around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, but we will reach before Zawal, inshallah. Last year, I remember clearly we got to Arafah around 8 o'clock in the morning, which is nice. We get there around 8 o'clock, we can have breakfast. They will serve breakfast there. Well, last year they did. And Jazakallah, thank you. And then what we will do is we will make our way. They'll take us to our tents. Allocate your space, and yeah, just take some rest. Take some rest because the wuquf does not start until Zawal. Wuquf does not start until Zawal, meaning it's the day of Arafah, but there are times when the stationing times they are stationing time which are obviously sunnah and wajib and farad. The wuquf starts at Zawal. Let's just say 12 p.m. This is the most important rukun, the ritual of Hajj, and after Zawal perform wudu and start the wuquf. There is no day on which the Prophet there is no day on which Allah, the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, frees more of his slaves, male and female, from the fire than the day of Arafah. He comes close, then he boasts to the angels about them and says, what do these people want? Meaning, the angels are saying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that these people, they want Jannah. They want forgiveness. They want mercy. And look what the Prophet said. Subhanallah, he boasts to his angels. Look at my servants. Look what they have come for. This is more things about Arafah. I'm sure you've read. We're not going to go into this. These are just things about Arafah. We have to be serious. I've mentioned this on the Wednesday, and I don't want to explain it again because I spoke extensively on Wednesday. Arafah, don't waste your time. Arafah is the two fara'id of Hajj. One is Tawaf Ziyarah and one is Arafah. There's only two fara'id of Hajj. If you miss these two, your Hajj is not done. One is Tawaf Ziyarah, not Tawaf Wida, Tawaf Ziyarah. And number two, Arafah. You miss any of these two, your Hajj is not done. It's not complete. And the best dua to make on the day of Arafah is La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Keep saying this the whole day. Jabal Rahmah, everyone always asks this question about Jabal Rahmah. Yeah, people, they want to go to Jabal Rahmah. I would always advise, and the guides always advise, the leaders always advise. In fact, even ulama and scholars, they advise we should stay in our tents for many reasons. Number one, you won't get lost. Yeah, Arafah is massive, it's huge. You know, it's not the size of this one road. It is massive, and you will get lost. Peak temperature, we're talking 45, 47 degrees. You don't want to get lost in that heat. And number three, there's no reward. There's no extra reward for going to Jabal al-Rahmah. Yes, maybe it's a nice vibe. If you're going to go for the vibe, then say that then. But there's no extra reward for going to Jabal al-Rahmah. Just make that clear. There's no reward. There's no such thing. There's nothing in our deen that says go to Jabal al-Rahmah and you get more reward. Is that understood? Yeah. But we go there. Some people say no, it's a bid'ah to even climb. That's also wrong. There's all these different extremes. You can climb Jabal al-Rahmah, but not for reward. You climb it, just want to. So no, but there's no extra reward. That's why I say stay with your group and stay in your tents. Why? Because you make ibadah. That's what you're going to get rewarded. The reward is in ibadah, making dua. Not walking to Jabal al-Rahmah will take you perhaps 45 minutes to 1 hour in the heat, boiling hot. All your energy level is gone. You can't even make dua. So, anyway, this is just things to do with takbir. What should you do? Fourth kalima 100 times, Surah Ikhlas 100 times, Durood ala Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam 100 times. I told you there's certain things you have to do on the day of Arafah. Please go on that webinar and watch that webinar. There's many things you have to do throughout the day. For example, dua. Don't just be lazy and sit in your tent and enjoy the AC. Don't do that. go outside and make dua as well. Yeah, at least once in the whole day. So, maybe around 4 o'clock, go outside, make dua outside. Find a nice place where no one can see you. Make dua there. Make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala outside. So make dua inside, make dua outside. Arafat, what to do? Dhuhr and Salah and Asr Salah will be combined in Dhuhr time. Joining of Dhuhr and Asr is only behind the Imam of Masjid Namira. What happens every year, now it's a bit more civil, but before there were arguments, the proper like beef thing, I'm trying to say this, where there's a lot of brothers who get a bit heated up there, they want to bring their opinion, everyone's saying we should combine, some say we shouldn't combine. Listen, in Arafah, this is not a place to be arguing. This is not a place to be mentioning difference of opinions. Yes, there are two opinions, we should respect the two opinions. Some brothers, they say we should combine. So Dhuhr and Asr will be combined. Mafi mushkil, no problem. And some brothers say the Hanafi school fiqh, and this is what I follow, we will not combine the salah. So we pray Dhuhr in Dhuhr time and Asr in Asr time. There's only one exception. You will join the Dhuhr and Asr if you are praying behind the Imam in Masjid Namira. There is a masjid which is known as Masjid Namira, and that is the Masjid of Mina. And it's so amazing, it only opens once a year for 2 salah. It only opens once a year for 2 salah. Right? And it's closed the entire year. So that masjid, if you're going to go there, which is quite a long walk, and that's something else which is advised not to go there. If you go there, that's different. You pray behind the Imam, you will join the salah. We'll pray Dhuhr in Dhuhr time and Asr in Asr time. This is what's going to happen in Arafah. Those brothers who want to join, by all means. No one will look at you, think bad of you, you can do that. So the Jama'ah will take place. Jama'ah is going to happen anyway. I'm trying to say, Dhuhr will take place, we will step back, and the brothers who want to pray, if they want to pray Asr, they can pray. This is according to Hanafi fiqh, stand and worship, when tired, sit down, but continue your worship. Stand and worship, sit down and worship. Don't waste time though. This is a time of acceptance of dua. Read as much dua, make dua as possible. Read some Quran, fuf kalima, do as much as you can. Don't waste time. Don't talk, gupshup, gossip, make mucking around. Don't do this. Arafah B. This is called Masjid Namira. This is Masjid Namira. This is the masjid where they do khutbah there. So there will be a khutbah, there will be like a speech in Arabic, and they do this in this masjid once a year. Dhuhr Asr, they combine the salah, which is allowed, but you will only do it there because the Prophet did do it, but he did it in the main jama'ah. What we're saying, that you might ask why don't we join the salah? It's because first of all, the Prophet, yes, he did join the salah, but he joined there in one congregation. Everyone was there, all Sahaba were there, so everyone prayed together. So the question is, if there was anyone else who did not join that salah, what would they do? They will pray separately, and they mostly did pray separately. But those brothers Sahaba who prayed behind the Prophet, they were behind the Prophet, they prayed it together. So we are not with that jama'ah. We will be in different and separate tents. So everyone in their respective tents will pray. This is not a time for debates, I'm trying to say. Debates, you go to speaker's corner. Arafah, Muzdalifah, perform Asr, Salah. After Asr, continue ibadah till sunset. After sunset, you will not read your Maghrib in Arafat, in Muzdalifah, Aisha time. I'll explain that in a moment. Generally, what happens is that, after Asr, everyone starts to relax, everyone starts to chill out. You will see, it feels like Mina the last day, and it also feels like Ramadan when there's still so many hours left, and itikaf, the curtains are going down for itikaf, and everyone is like as if Ramadan's finished. Those hours are very precious, they're important. Same in Arafah, you will make dua until Maghrib. After Maghrib, you can relax. The moment Maghrib happens, say, okay, then you can relax. Sit down in your tent and wait for the bus to come from Muzdalifah until 7 hours. I've said this on Wednesday so many times. Arafah is only 7 hours, 7 hours. Because if Zawal is at 12, Maghrib is at 7:30, 8 o'clock, I forgot what time it is. It's not 24 hours, 8 hours. And the most precious du'as is on the day of Arafah. The most powerful du'as, Arafah, don't waste time. Continue, Labbaik continues. Labbaik, du'a. And now, it's approximately 7 o'clock, Maghrib has happened, well, meaning the sunset, it's sunset time, it's best to get yourself ready for Muzdalifah. Now, Muzdalifah is not the same as Arafah, and Arafah is not the same as Mina. Mina is like VIP in terms of toilets, and although Arafah has gone better now as well, and Muzdalifah it's not the best. Yeah, there's less toilets there, not the best of toilets. So it's best to just relieve yourself, ready, and go in Mina. You'll have plenty of time. You'll have at least 1 hour for sure. No one goes bang on sunset. It's not gonna happen, yeah. And everyone make dua here that we go to Muzdalifah early, because we don't know what time it's going to come. It could come 9 o'clock, it can come 10 o'clock, it can come 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm not scaring you guys, but 2 years ago, we got to Muzdalifah at 3:30 in the morning. So make dua, because it's a special night. And your duas will be accepted, inshallah. We get to go to Muzdalifah early, 10 o'clock in the morning. Keep water with you, because there may be less water, but although there's a lot of water there nowadays, this is maybe from before. Once in Muzdalifah, and what did we say? In Arafah, you will not pray Maghrib. I mentioned yesterday in the on Friday Jummah, there's one. Let's say someone prayed all the salah in his life. He didn't miss a single salah, right? He never missed a single salah. That means no qada. And he went for Hajj. He went for Hajj. In his life, there is one salah that he missed in its time. What salah is that? Maghrib. And guess what? He got reward. And he will get reward. If he prays Maghrib in Maghrib time, number one, it will not be valid. And number two, it will be a sin. But he's going against the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will not pray Maghrib. So in that time, you will pray Maghrib. There's no missing Maghrib. So it's so amazing the way Allah put that system. Allah said, yes, there's no salah in the salah time, but you will pray Maghrib. To show that emphasis, yeah, you do make sure you do have to pray your salah. You will not pray Maghrib in Maghrib time. So the Maghrib time will go past. In fact, when I went in 2017, it was quite weird. My first Hajj, I was like, no one's praying Maghrib namaz. I forgot, totally forgot. I don't know, what kind of system is this? No salah, astaghfirullah. Then I realized, oh, well, there's no Maghrib here. Maghrib in Muzdalifah and in Isha time. So even if we got to Muzdalifah early, we got there maybe around, let's just say 9 o'clock, and it's not Isha time, we can't pray Maghrib. So we pray Maghrib. If we can do Jama'ah, we do Jama'ah. If there's no Jama'ah, there's no Jama'ah. It's fine. If you can find one brother, pray together, that would be great. You pray Maghrib, Takbir, Maghrib, Salam, Salam, no Sunnah. Not Sunnah at this moment. Stand up immediately, Takbir again for Isha, and you pray Isha Salah. Yeah? And thereafter pray your Sunnah. Some brothers say it's bid'ah, because they love this word bid'ah. Some brothers, when it comes to, they don't pray Sunnah. That's not true. You should pray your Sunnah. The only thing there's a concession is that the Salah will be halved if it's 4 rakats. So Dhuhr 2, Asr 2, and Isha 2. It doesn't mean you miss your Sunnah, you miss your Nafal. What system is this? You're going for Ibadah, you're not going to chill. Yeah. So this will happen in Muzdalifah. And in Muzdalifah, once you prayed your Salah, that's where you will collect your stones. One brother mentioned on the group, he might be here as well. Can we get from B&Q? Yeah, by all means you can. You can actually get from B&Q. But first of all, you're paying for it. I don't know why would you do that for? And number two, you have to unnecessarily take that with you all the way there. Yeah. So no, you don't. And it's better and mustahab to take it from. Like, it's good. It's not like a sunnah or anything. It's just great, because what the authorities, what they do now, they bring these big, massive JCBs, and they take all the stones from last year and they take it back to Muzdalifah, which is amazing. It's a great service to you and I. So they'll take all the stones back to Muzdalifah. And where are the stones though? Under the carpet. You just lift the carpet and all the stones are there. Yeah. And we don't have to be too particular. Some people are, oh, is this size good? No, it's 1 inch. Oh, this is 2 inch. I mean, you don't have to be too strict. Not too big, not too small. It shouldn't be, and there should be stones. So make sure you just rub it and squeeze it. Squeeze it really hard, so it's so you know it's a stone and it's not mud. Because if it's mud, the rummy will not be done. We'll have to repeat that. And you will collect how many stones? 49. Because 7 for the first day, because on the first day, which is Wednesday basically, on the third day, which is known as Yawm al-Nahr, on that day, we will only pelt one shaitan. How many shaitans? Only one. The first shaitan you miss, second shaitan you miss, and you go to the third shaitan. That's 7. And the next day, which is the 11th of Dhul Hijjah and the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, we will pelt all 3 shaitans. So 7, 7, 7 is 21. 21 times 2 is 42 plus 7 is 49. So 49, and always collect a bit extra. Don't do bang on 49. Always have like maybe 50, 55, 60, just to be on the safe side. And if you're going to stay another night, some brothers, they do, and sisters, they want to stay another night, which is great. Then you will collect another 71, which then becomes 70. And one will remain in the morning until morning. In the morning after Subh Sadiq, one will perform Fajr Salah, then will remain in Muzdalifah till before sunrise. Everyone understand? Some groups, we don't have to worry about this, but some groups, like the Turkish groups, you will see them. They go and they leave at 2 a.m. in the morning. Now, I don't know what fiqh they're following, but according to Hanafi fiqh and majority of the fiqhs, the wuquf does not start before Subh Sadiq. It starts when? It's sunnah, but to get there and spend time after Fajr is wajib. If you didn't, you have to give them. If someone remains in Muzdalifah even for a little while, after Subh Sadiq, the wuquf, which is wajib, will be performed. Just before sunrise, one will proceed back to Mina. That's with this group anyway. Other groups you can go to, they will go to directly to Jamarat, that's their choice, but we will go back to Mina, and I think it makes more sense. Go back to Mina, have a bit of rest, have some breakfast, and maybe around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, whenever Muhammad Bey tells us, because he will inshallah be with us, that from that day, we will make our way to Muzdalifah, to Jamarat. These are 49 pebbles. They most probably give us a bag. Don't worry too much. We'll be fine, inshallah.
You can collect on someone else's behalf as well, right?
Yes, you can collect it. You can collect, but you can't pelt on their behalf unless they're sick and ill and they can't make it. Once in Mina, now our duty for today is to do quite a bit. Once in Mina, now our duty for today is to do quite a bit. That should be the sentence. Is to pelt the big Jamarat. Because we're going to walk from Muzdalifah to Jamarat, to Mina. That's approximately half an hour, 45 minutes. And then we'll have a rest. And then approximately, make sure you do have a rest. Don't be walking around and excited and whatnot. Because people are, mashallah, I know they're excited in a positive way, but you need to get some rest. Go sleep. I always go sleep for 1 hour. Get some rest, waking up, and you'll be fresh. We'll make our way to Jamarat. We go there, we'll pelt the big shaitan. And then that's where the Labbaik ends. Labbaik will end on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, just before we pelt the shaitan. So make sure you make Labbaik on that journey as well, because after that there's no Labbaik. There's no Labbaik after that. Labbaik, continue Labbaik, make dua and go to the shaitan. Now it's easy. This is so big, the shaitan is so big as well. And we can, what you do when you reach if you're the Jamara, you make your way. The first part of Jamara, you shouldn't stone over there. There's too many people. You just walk to the other end, ample amount of space, and you can easily go to the front and you can pelt. There's plenty of space. No need to worry. Even if there's a bit of a crowd, you just wait. And then you make your way forward. That's never happened to us, never. Just make our way forward. And the way you do it is less motion. You know, just yesterday, my sister, she sent me this video of, is that a joint, loads of videos of, people throwing in different ajib ways. That's not the sunnah, by the way. And then at times, I know it's funny at that moment, but then it does become a joke. So on a serious note, al-istihza'u kufrun. When it comes to like joking about Islam, there's a line. You have to draw the line. So I'm not saying they're taking a mic. Maybe it's that moment they're doing it. But us making a video and then everyone's watching that and laughing. It's not really a joke. One guy's, there's throwing slippers and that's not the sunnah. And one guy's running from this wall to that wall and then throwing. But that's not the sunnah. It defeats the whole purpose. You're supposed to make less motion as possible to degrade the shaitan. Although the shaitan's not there, but to degrade the shaitan, wherever he is, you do less. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. That's it. No, this guy got his, have you seen that video where he got his crutches, you seen that? And he's shooting. Now, what are you doing? And there's chachas from back home, they're throwing chappals and slippers, and we shouldn't do this. 7 times, throw at the shaitan, and you make our way. And on this day, there's no dua. On this day, there's no dua. And on the 11th and the 12th, you do make dua. So once you pelt the shaitan, you will go on the left, or if you're on the right, generally we are on the left, yeah. So you pelt the shaitan, you go on the left and make a dua. face the Kaaba, we make dua. Then we go to the next shaitan, we make dua. The third one, we don't make dua. The time for this from sunrise to Subh Sadiq of the 11th, although it is better to pelt before Zawal. Everyone understand that? No, I'm just saying you just make dua. The group will make dua together. We're not collectively. So we pelt and then we link up with the group on the left. The left of that big Jamara. You'll see it. You don't need to worry about that. But my point is that every stoning, you make dua. Except the third shaitan. The third shaitan, you don't make dua. But because on the 10th, you're only pelting one shaitan, there's no dua. We make our way down the escalators and then we make our way to Makkah. Yeah, we make our way to Makkah. And the pelting time, because timing for everything, there's timing for Dhuhr, there's timing for Asr, yeah, there's timings. You can't go, for example, someone leaves Muzdalifah at 3 a.m. and they make their way to Jamara and they pelt the shaitan. It's not going to be done. They will have to pelt when? Wa alaikum salam. They will have to pelt at what time? After sunrise. What time? Sunrise. So from sunrise till Subh Sadiq on the 11th, the next day. So they got loads of time. They got approximately maybe about 20 hours to do that pelting. Otherwise, you'll have to give them. Are you guys with me? 10th of the Hijjah. I'm just going to skip through these things and just explain. We're going to go to Makkah. So from Mina, we go to Jamarat, pelt one shaitan, we make our way to Makkah. That's going to be the long walk, approximately 2 hours. We get to Makkah, then it's your choice. Either you go to your hotels, freshen up, change your clothes, or you go directly to Masjid al-Haram, perform your tawaf ziyarah, and then go to the hotel. I would advise to do that, by the way. This is how the go straight to Jamarat. Only if you've done the thing, though. If you've done your sa'i. If you've done your sa'i, it's only Umrah, it's only tawaf. And number two, if you don't have a rucksack. We've said it 1,000 times. They didn't allow me. In 2023, I went with my rucksack. I didn't know. And I had to leave my rucksack outside. But luckily, I found it after as well. But you won't, because they'll just chuck it. So no, just take a string bag. You don't need to take much anyway. Leave it in Mina. Just don't take no valuables. Leave it. Make sure your valuables are not there. This is how Jamarat looks, by the way. Yeah? Massive. It's huge. Plenty of space to do anything. They have like 4 levels, so we don't need to worry too much. After Rami, the Qurbani will be done. We don't need to worry about that. That's Muhammad Bey's headache. He will do that, inshallah, and he will inform us when it's done. Like I mentioned, I'm going to repeat one last time. I'm going to have to repeat again after that. Please do not listen to Aisha and Abu Bakr and Ismail and Samantha and Dave and John. You don't listen to them. In fact, you know what I'm saying? Don't even listen to a guide. The only people that you should be listening to is number 1, Muhammad Bey, and number 2, Mahmoud. Unless someone in the group they've heard directly from Muhammad Bey, not indirectly, not from Ismail and he heard from Abu Bakr, and it is as if it's a chain of narration, like a hadith chain of narration. No, you have to hear directly, because the only way you can trim your hair or shave your head is from the Qurbani. So it shouldn't just be a news just going around. You should hear directly from Muhammad Bey. There should be a message on the group that Muhammad Bey is saying that the Qurbani has been done. Mahmoud is saying the Qurbani has done. Or one of the guides, myself, Zahir, or any of us, we've heard directly from Muhammad Bey. Understood? Don't come and tell me, anybody who comes to me and tells me I've done my shaving, I'm going to tell you to give me dam as well. 1 dam for me and 1 dam for the Qurbani, for not listening. Yeah. The Qurbani will be done, then you can do your halak, you can do your qasr. You are now partially out of your ihram. What does that mean? Everything is halal except the wife, or the wife or the husband. Everything is jais. Except, you can wear your clothes, you can apply perfume, you can have a bath. Only the wife, that's not allowed. Until you've done your tawaf ziyarah. That's only one thing left. So once you do tawaf ziyarah, then it's fine. Then you go to tawaf ziyarah. Tawaf ziyarah is farad. There's 2 farad, I've said 1,000 times. Arafah, you have to go to Arafah. Number 2, tawaf ziyarah. 2 things farad in Hajj. And tawaf ziyarah needs to be done by sunset of the 12th. So you do have 2-3 days, but it's best to do it before. Don't be delaying it. Don't do that. Just do it, it's out of the way, just in case you get sick or anything. If sa'i was not done before, then there will be ramal in the tawaf. Remember, if you haven't done your sa'i, so you're doing tawaf and then you're doing sa'i. You will you'll do istiba, arm will be open, you will do ramal as you walk like a soldier. But if halak has been done, you've shaved your head and you've worn your clothes, obviously you will do your tawaf you will do your tawaf in your clothes. And if your sa'i hasn't been done, you will do sa'i in your clothes as well. This is the only sa'i where you can walk up and down Safa Marwa in your jubba. Yeah. So people think, you'll see this during the year, people are walking up and down in Safa Marwa. They're doing a sa'i. Sa'i is only for Umrah. There's no reward for you walking down. There's no nafal sa'i. You understand? Sa'i is only for Umrah. Sa'i is only for Hajj. There's no walking up and down doing nafal. Don't worry about this too much. After this, one will completely come out of the ihram. Then he will return to Mina that night, inshallah. That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan at the moment. We will return, inshallah, to Mina. Mina. Yeah, that night we'll make our way back to Mina from our hotels, inshallah. Then we will stay the night in, I think it's coming up anyway, but we will, no, where is it? Yes, so we will, we are now in Mina. We have reached Mina now. It's the 10th. We've reached at night time. We will go sleep that night. We will sleep in Mina on the 10th and the 11th, right? And wake up in the morning on the 11th. We will pray Fajr Salah, have some breakfast, and now we will prepare to go to Jamarat. Now you have to understand these timings. I've just said it once and I'm going to say it again. Just like you have Dhuhr, there's timing. Right now you can't pray Dhuhr because it's not Dhuhr time. Dhuhr time starts when? 103. After 103 you can pray your Salah. You know what I'm trying to say? You can't pray Dhuhr now. So same with Jamarat and Rami, there's timings. And the timing for 11th, the timing for 10th is when? I've already said it. It's not here, so it's good. After sunrise. After sunrise. You see some? One second. You're confusing me now. I'm getting tired now. The time for, yeah, sunrise, not Subh Sadiq. Sunrise. Sunrise. The 10th of Dhul Hijjah, sunrise. And the reason is because you have to be in Muzdalifah until sunrise. So how can the time start? So from sunrise to Subh Sadiq, but that's only on the 10th. So the morning you can do the pelting. Is that understood? In the morning you can do the pelting. However, on the 11th, the timing starts at Zawal. 11th and 12th. 11th and 12th, both days, the Rami is after Zawal. The Rami is after Zawal. You can't, meaning you can get there in the morning and just chill if you want to. I don't know who will do that, but like there's not to get there, you can't do the Rami. You can't do the pelting until Zawal. After that, you can do it. And we will go to Mina. We will stay the night, have some breakfast, and then we will, when the group tells us approximately 2 p.m., that's when we generally leave. Pray Dhuhr, there'll be a short reminder, most probably, and then we will make our way to Jamarat. It's approximately 1 hour walk. We'll pelt the shaitan and make our way straight back. So it should be hopefully no problems. 1 hour there, 1 hour back. We should be back in 2.5 hours to 3 hours max. We shouldn't be later than that. And that's the same about pelting. We don't want to go into that. 13th of Dhul Hijjah. Time for Rami. The time for Rami on the 11th and 12th is after Zawal to Subh Sadiq, but it's better to pelt before sunset. Everyone understand? So you do have until the next day Subh Sadiq. So you have plenty of time, just in case people want to go different timings. The time for Rami on the 13th is from Subh Sadiq. That's the 13th. Subh Sadiq till sunset. That's if someone's going. We'll explain the timings after, but don't worry too much. Just worry about the 11th, 12th. 11th and 12th, you have to do it after Zawal. If someone done it, he will have to repeat it. It will be invalid. That Rami will not be valid. He will have to repeat it. And if he doesn't do it, he'll have to give dam because he missed the wajib. Now, the only thing remaining now is Tawaf-e Wida. That's the only thing left. Tawaf-e Wida is only for Hajj. Tawaf, because people think Tawaf-e Wida means, is that Urdu word as well, Wida, that we have to do in Umrah as well. No. Tawaf-e Wida is only for Hajj. And this Tawaf is wajib. You have to perform it. Everyone understand? No, not necessarily. Meaning, I'm talking fiqhi wise. Ideally, it's best to have your last thing that you've done is Tawaf Wida. No one's saying no. I'm saying fiqhi, from a fiqhi perspective. No, you can. In fact, just right now, I asked my teacher, this is what I do at this time. I've been in contact with my teacher, asking questions. Let's just say someone performed, and don't do this, guys, it's not like the best thing, but let's just say someone performed, because Habib asked this question, Hafiz Habib, if someone performed, or can they perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah and they Tawaf al-Wida together? Because it's wajib, no, not in one intention, I mean, yeah, in one. So 14, just do 14 laps, maybe he's leaving Makkah very early, when Hajj finishes on the 12th, he's going on the 13th. It's possible. They fly, it's early morning. How is he going to do Tawaf al-Wida? Is that permissible? He said, yes, of course. Because Tawaf al-Wida starts straight after the 10th. You can't perform before the 10th, but you can do it after the 10th. It's totally fine. But it's not advised. Tawaf al-Wida should be your last Tawaf. Women in menses, I'm going to leave this for now. It's a long thing. And I'm sure sisters have read many things about menses, but they can't perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah and Tawaf al-Wida. They can do everything else, but they can't perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah. And they will have to perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah. If they go into Medina and they finish their menses in Medina, they will have to go to Makkah. This is what generally people do. So the women will go with their husband or brother, whoever they're going with. They will make their way to Makkah on their own, private taxi, go there, perform Umrah. And obviously the husband has to perform Umrah as well, because he's going back into the miqat in the boundaries of Haram, perform Umrah, shave their head, and make their way back to Medina. So obviously the brother, whoever, he will do obviously a Nafal Umrah, but she will do her Tawaf al-Ziyarah. Is that understood? The only thing that we have to remember is, let's just say there's no way she can perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah. There's no way. Meaning, the time has come and she has to leave and she has to return back to UK, and there's no flights available, there's nothing. What should she do? Well, she has two choices. Choice number one is return home, and that Tawaf al-Ziyarah she can do later on in her life. She can come back for Umrah and she can do Tawaf al-Ziyarah. However, that is possible, but she will not be allowed to have any intimate relation with the husband, because that is not halal at that moment. Totally haram. It's not allowed until she has done her Tawaf al-Ziyarah. Option number two is to go in that state, in that menses, go into Masjid al-Haram and just quick time, meaning not doing long du'as, go and perform. And this is the Mufti and Kiram, I'm not saying this, I'm not Mufti. You go and you perform Tawaf in that state. And no du'a, nothing, even the salah, when you're not going to pray salah anyway, make your way to Safa Marwa. Safa Marwa, when you're doing your sa'i, it's not part of the haram. It's not part of the Masjid al-Haram. So it's not part of the masjid, so it's fine. And sa'i, you don't need wudu. You don't need to be in the state of wudu. So even if you break your wudu, although you should go and perform your wudu. I've never done my sa'i without wudu, but if someone did and he's very tired, just continue. Someone broke their wudu during the tawaf, you can continue. Because wudu is not a condition for sa'i, wudu is a condition for tawaf. So, but because she went in that state and she went into Masjid al-Haram and she performed the tawaf in this place, especially now, she'll have to give a dam. But this is a major dam. The small dam is approximately, like we said, 725, which is I confirmed. 725, how much did you say? Now, how much is that in pounds? Approximately 140, 200, this is 150 pounds. That's the usual dams. If you put a full hand, full palm, you put ittar on, perfume, you wore your normal clothing for a few hours, for example. But that's because that's a sheep or lamb. But when if someone, even a husband and wife, if a husband and wife had intimate relation while in the state of ihram, no, they don't give a sheep. They can't give a sheep and a lamb. That's for stuff like wearing your clothes and ittar and stuff like that. They will have to give a badana. Badana means it's a major qurbani, or you can say a major dam, which is a camel, and that's approximately minimum 1,500 pounds, minimum. And she performs that tawaf in that state, then she's done her tawaf ziyarah is complete, but she will have to give a badana. She'll have to arrange that somehow. We're not going to go into this ifrad. I'm sure you've learned this ifrad, tamattu. What should you do? If you want these slides, I'll give it to you after. No problem. We put in the group. Kiran. This is penalties. This is a type of a chart that one Shuaib has made, and it's actually really good. Camel or cow, exactly what happens. What's badana, what's dam, what's sadaqah. Yeah. And exactly, for example, using perfume in the state of ihram, large part of the body, for example, someone put perfume on their head, face, palm of the hand, that would be a dam. Small part of the body, if someone put perfume, look, if someone put one dot on their arm, it doesn't mean there's dam for everything. Although we should avoid it, but that would be sadaqah. If it's one dot here, one dot there, not that we're telling you to do this. Don't do this, right? That we have to give sadaqah. Penalties, made a mistake in ihram, hairs. If it's a few hairs, it's fine, it'll be sadaqah. If it's quite a lot of hairs, it'll be done. Stitched clothing, depends on how much clothing, how long you wore that for. So if someone wore underpants, just for example, for men, they wore it for like 5-10 minutes, that's not issue, here sadaqah. But if it was a long time, they say half the night, then he will have to give it down. Why is it? If it's something which is obviously a valid excuse, you've been to a Maulana, a Sheikh, an Imam, and you've told him the excuse and that's different, then there will be no dam. It's just a guide. And that's where we come to an end. Zaid, you know that I went on the YouTube, I can't find it. Those questions, I can't find it. This one, okay. Yes, good. You're right. Varicose. Am I saying properly? Veins or swelling of legs and needs to wear special socks, which is masal on this. Oh, what's the masla on this? Okay. Yeah. If someone has a genuine excuse for anything, yeah, he's allowed. She's allowed. They're allowed to wear those socks. They're allowed to wear that socks. There's no problem. Swelling, yeah, for swelling. Not just my feet are hurting me. My feet hurt all the time. So you can't start wearing these socks. Yeah. My knees hurt. I've been sitting here for 1.5 hours like this. My knees always hurt. Even in class, I always sit like this. I don't know what it is. So I can't say my knee hurts. Let me wear a knee brace. You need to have a genuine excuse. A1700, are we going to pray full salah or qasr both in Makkah and Medina? As far as I'm aware, in A1700, you will be musafir throughout your journey. Anyone ask a question? Does anyone ask a question? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, anyone on Zoom, even on the chat, you can ask now. If anyone wants to ask me a question, you can just put your hand up. We don't have too long, but so you'll have to be because we have salah coming up as well. So anyone have a question? No problemo. No problemo. No. The halaq, as long as halaq can only be done, yeah, the order, but it has to be done after Rami. So halaq cannot be done before Rami. It's not allowed. But after that is allowed. Anything after that, you can mix them up. But the order will be Rami. These three you have to do. Rami, meaning pelting. Rami means pelting. After pelting, then Qurbani. After Qurbani, halaq or tawaf ziyarah, that's your choice. But these are the three orders. If you miss these three orders, you'll have to give them. According to Hanafi fiqh. According to Hanbali fiqh and Maliki fiqh, you're allowed. That's their choice, but not thing. Oh, okay. Is it? Yeah, you go. Bismillah, go on.
You have to do that as the last act of worship Wednesday for another 4 days, I think.
What's that act of worship? What?
And you have to do and then when do you do that at the end? Right, then we do
Tawaf al-Wida. Yeah, like I said, it's not necessary. It's not necessary, but you should try your best to make it close as possible to leaving. Yeah. Like it doesn't have to be what my point is, it doesn't have to be bang on like half an hour before. Like no, you do it the night before, it's fine. And
after Hajj, should you do Umrah and then Wida?
that's, yeah, Umrah and then Tawaf al-Wida, yeah. But you can do Umrah after Tawaf al-Wida, that's also permissible. It is permissible, yeah, but it's better to do Umrah then Tawaf al-Wida. No. No. Let's just say you have exactly 49. Then pick that up in it. Well, this is made up stuff. I'm gonna say, but let's just say he's got extra in his bag, he's got 52, 53, yeah, they don't pick up. This happened to me, I dropped it. But if someone has only 49, what is he gonna do? No, you can't pick that up. That's nonsense. You pick those up.
So if you have 51,
In fact, you pick other people's stuff up. You go look for other stuff. You have to do 49.
51.
No, it will be done, but no, you should have it in your hand in it. That's the way you do it. You shouldn't count. As you're walking towards like for example, the first day, 10th. You should have only 7 in your hand. So you don't need to worry about number 1, 2, 3, or 5. You should have 7 in your hand. The next day you should have 21 in your hand. No. You should have 7 in your hand. As you're walking towards the first, because walking from one Jamara to Jamara is not 1 second. It's maybe around what? At least 30, 40 seconds. It's a tiny bit of a walk.
No,
So it's
7.
easily count 7. Easily. So, yeah.
Wow.
After dua, perfect. Yeah. If a woman on her menses has travelled to Medina prior to her dua to re-enter ihram state and perform a nafal umrah for re-entering into no. First of all, you're, one second. This question is a good question. I'll have to get back to you. I'll have to get back to you this question. I don't want to give the wrong answer. This brother Safwan, I'll get back to you inshallah. I'll get back to you in this one. As far as I'm aware, she don't. But I don't want to give the wrong answer. So that one I'm going to get back to you inshallah. Can additional umrah be performed after before tawaf al-wida? Yes, of course. In fact, you should. You should perform tawaf. But I think if you're asking after tawaf al-wida, that's also permissible. On the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, when do you go back to Mina? This is a logistic question. Inshallah, we'll get back. As long we should be going around 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m., inshallah. On the 10th, as we are going to Haram and they won't let us enter with a rucksack, do we keep it? How would be wise? Or you can go back to the hotel. So those who are in a Hilton, for example, they can go back to the hotel and drop your bags off and then go to the Haram. Or you can leave it in Mina. That's what I would do anyway. Just to confirm that feet can be covered with blanket. Yes, it can be covered in blanket. This is for men anyway. Women, they're allowed anyway. For A1500 London flight, 2:40 p.m., it will not be Asr time before our flight. However, it will be Asr time during our flight. Are we allowed to pray Asr before our flight? No. According to Hanafi, no, you can't do that. You have to pray Dhuhr in Dhuhr time, Asr in Asr time. Are we doing the Sa'i for Hajj at the time of Umrah for A17? I'm assuming you're asking as a group. Are we doing the Sa'i for Hajj at the time for Umrah? At the time of Umrah, if you're asking that buy one, get one free that my old teacher always says, first of all, if you're saying to join it, is that your question? I hope that's not the question, but let's just answer both of them. If you're asking about Sa'i, you will do one tawaf for Umrah, one tawaf and one Sa'i for Umrah, and then one tawaf and one Sa'i for Hajj. That's number one. If you're asking Sa'i for Hajj at the time for Umrah, if you're asking as a group, at the moment, I don't think the whole group is doing anything together because this is your own ibadah, your own worship. But we will be going, and if you see any guide, then just join them, inshallah. Except Parvez. After intention of tamattu, if she entered after the intention of tamattu, if she entered the ihram with the intention of Umrah, but then due to unexpected menses, should she remain in ihram even if she doesn't become pure by the 8th? Or can she exit the ihram without having done a umrah? Can she simply decide not to continue remaining in the state of ihram in order to avoid the restrictions of ihram for up to her menses? But either way, or with the intention of umrah. So after the intention of tamattu, She came out, are you saying after she came out of the state of Ihram and now she's come out of the state of Ihram, she wants to perform a Umrah? If that's what you're asking, yes, you can. No. So this is what I understand from the question. If someone's performing tamattu, they've done their Umrah, they've come out of Umrah, now they're going to perform another Umrah. So if they're going to perform another Umrah and she now comes into her menses, then yeah, either she comes out of that ihram and she breaks the ihram, which then she will have to give a dam, or she waits until the 8th of Dhul Hijjah and then comes out of the state of ihram. Even then you'll have to give dam, because either way you'll have to give dam anyway, if that's your question. If it's not, please ask. But either way you'll have to break ihram. If someone is in a state of ihram and they want to come out of the state of ihram, specifically a woman who is on her menses, she will have to break her ihram anyway before the 8th of the Hijjah and do ifrad. The 9th istilam before Sa'id, do we have to go back to the green line? No. The 9th istilam is mustahab, and you will do it anywhere in the haram and just point at the Hajar Aswad. And it's mustahab, it's not sunnah, it's something if you do is great. Can we use sleeping mask to sleep? No, you can't. In ihram, can we wipe sweat with a cloth or towel? Yes, you can, but not your face. For Hajj Qiran, if for whatever reason you come out of ihram, or the Umrah, but before going to Mina, can you go back into ihram or do you have to give a dam? Well, Hajj Qiran, if for whatever reason for you out of ihram, if you come out of ihram, why would you want to come? I don't understand, why would you want to come out of ihram for? If it's a brother or sister, this says Muhammad Qayyum. For Hajj Qiran, if for whatever reason you come out of ihram or the Umrah, but before going to Mina, can you go back into ihram or do you have to? Well, you'll have to go back into ihram for Hajj, that's number one. If you want to go to Mina, you have to go in the state of ihram. That's number one. And yeah, if you were in ihram and you came out of the state of ihram, you have to give dam, if that's your question anyway. For 2 rakat nafal with the intention of ihram, will those 2 rakat need to be prayed at home or at the airport? It can be prayed at home or at the airport. I mentioned at the beginning, if you were at that time on the webinar, I said those 2 can be prayed at home, it can be prayed at the airport, and it can be prayed on the flight as well. I usually pray at the airport, it just makes it easier. There's too many people on the flight praying and it becomes a mess. I just pray at the airport, but I don't go into the state of ihram until the flight goes, if the plane goes on. So for Hanafi, what will the process be of praying namaz in the flights? This praying at the back, you can join. According to Hanafi fiqh, if you're asking about combining, there's no combining in Hanafi fiqh. Hanafi fiqh, we are strict. Dhuhr in Salah. Yes, so look, there's 2 opinions. One opinion, and they both have senior and giant scholars, not like local ulama, which we don't disrespect, but saying big muftis. Half say, for example, London, depending on where you live. So in London, The moment you leave London, the moment you leave the entire London, that's when you become Musafir. Now, Heathrow is not outside London, it's in London. Yeah, that's one opinion. So you won't be a Musafir until you take off. The second opinion is that in London, each borough is separate. Not that I'm a mufti, but this is what I follow, by the way. It makes more sense to me. Why? Because in boroughs, there are different rulings. Each borough has different rulings. Each borough has different signs. If you go to Whitechapel, it's different signs. You go to Hackney, it's different signs, the road sign. They have different speed limits. In fact, if you go on Google, so I was trying to argue with someone about this. In London, if you go on Google, type in Google, as you're walking out, type in Google, is the city of London a city in London? Did you guys hear that? You don't hear that?
Yeah.
Is the city of London a city in London? What would the answer be? Yes. The city of London, which is the city, Westminster, is separate to London. They have different police, they have different government. Do your research. But this is a point. Maybe this is what needs to be put on the table for ulama. My point is, it depends on what you follow, and then we keep it to that, inshallah. At 100, Asr and Maghrib time will be on the plane. So what is the best way to perform? You pray Asr in Asr time and Maghrib in Maghrib time. That's the way forward. To complete Sa'i of Tawaf Ziyarah, do we complete Umrah with shaving hair? Then go to Haram again? No. To complete Sa'i of Tawaf Ziyarah. I don't understand the question. To complete Sa'i of Tawaf Ziyarah, do we complete Umrah with shaving? Bro, I don't understand the question. You have to answer this. I'm really confused with the question. I don't want to give a wrong answer. Unless Mahmoud can tell me what he's trying to say. If the brother can ask this question again, or whoever's asking, to complete Sa'i of Tawaf Ziyarah, I mean, there's no Sa'i of Tawaf Ziyarah. You mean Sa'i of Tawaf? Even then I wouldn't understand. Do we complete the Umrah with shaving hair? Gee. Anyone wants to raise, you can raise your hands and ask questions, it's fine. Because we have approximately 15 minutes max. But if there's no one else, in Punjabi they say Allah Allah khair sallah, we can go. No, we follow Makkah time, innit? We follow Makkah time. We will follow no, the local for you mean for Asr?
Yeah.
No, second method. Second.
Maulana, can you hear me?
We'll have our own times, because what we do, the Jama'ah times, we won't be following the thing times. So for example, in Masjid Haram, they usually pray, they do adhan beginning time, and then 10 minutes after they'll pray Dhuhr. We have our own time. So between the scholars, we'll make our own time for Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. We'll have our own timings.
So remember that question, most people do market, they shave their head, and then we decide on go out and pray the Hajj.
Yeah. I've already said that though. So someone performing tamattu, you're saying, they will do Umrah, they will come out of the state of Ihram, and then they will go back into the state of Ihram to perform Tawaf, to do Sa'i, but before Sa'i you have to do Tawaf, right? And then they will remain in Ihram. What's the question?
Yeah.
Is all the question.
So
Oh, okay. Even the recommendation, I've already said, I've answered the brother's question. Said it. I mean, if we want to do the Sa'i of Tawaf Ziyarah before ABS, so what's the question? If you want to do Sa'i before the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, that's allowed. Yeah. I still don't understand fully though. Okay, he said he answered it. So not sure exactly, are we doing 2 rakat salah as-safar at home, and then we do... Yeah, the salat as-safar is before. You can't do salat as-safar at airport. You will do salat as-safar at home. Salat as-safar is when you begin your journey. Salatul Safar is always when you begin your journey, although you may not have become Musafir, but you're still beginning your journey. Whether you're following one opinion of leaving London or leaving the borough, it's irrelevant because you're still starting your journey. So the moment you leave your journey, the journey starts from home. You pray your 2 rakat salah, Salatul Safar at home, and then at airport or on the plane, you will pray the nafal for, you pray the salah for ihram. Any other questions?
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Salim, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. I've got a couple of questions just to clarify in my mind.
Question or questions? What do you mean?
Two questions, couple.
Oh,
Um, when do we perform Tawaf Qudum?
when do we perform Tawaf Qudum? Depends
Yeah.
what you're doing. Are you doing Tamattu?
Quran, inshallah.
For Tamattu, there's no Tawaf Qudum.
No, I'm
So
doing Quran,
if someone's
inshallah.
performing, first I'm just clarifying, letting everyone know. If
Okay.
someone is performing Tamattu, there is no Tawaf Qudum. Now, for those who are performing Qiran, they have two choices. They can either do the Tawaf Qudum as if they want to do Tawaf Qudum. Tawaf Qudum is a sunnah, it's not farad, it's not wajib, but it's a great sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. So he will perform a separate Tawaf, which obviously will not be with the group because the group will not perform Tawaf Qudum because they want to keep everyone involved. And the only way they keep everyone involved is if everyone does tawaf together. If we start making everyone do a separate tawaf, it might be a burden for some people. So if you're doing it as a group, together, we will do obviously the tawaf for Umrah and then we will do Eid. But for those who want to do tawaf qudum, they can do what's it called? They can do the Umrah, so they perform Umrah, do tawaf, do Sa'i, and after Sa'i, if they want to perform the Sa'i of Hajj, they can do Tawaf Qudum, and I have confirmed this with my teacher recently.
Yeah, so I think you've answered my second question, which was we have to the Tawaf Qudum and the Sa'i has to be done before we go for Mina, right? So effectively on the 7th.
Sa'i of Hajj before.
Yeah.
Do you have to do Sa'i of Hajj before you go to Mina?
No, not do you have to. Can we? Or do we?
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I need
So we
advice.
can do it on the 7th, right? Of Zulhijjah.
That's correct. That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. Jazakallah. That was it.
No worries, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Any other questions? Any other questions? Anyone ask a question? Okay, one second. You want me to read it or? So on 11th and 12th, no, Assalamu alaikum. When there is iqamah for Farad Salah while doing Sa'i, where do you pray it? You pray in Sa'i, you pray in the Mas'ah. There will be safs already being made, so you just join the saf. On 11th and 12th, is there a specific order to which of the 3 jamarat to pelt? First, last? Of course, you have to do it in order. So the small shaitan, the big one, and the third one. According to size, it's the same, but it's still, before it used to be small, medium, large. So as we are walking from Mina, if we're walking from Mina, we will automatically go on the 3rd floor. We don't go on 4th and 2nd. It's always a one-way system. We'll always go on the 3rd floor. When we reach the 3rd floor, obviously the first one always comes first, then 2nd and 3rd. That's correct, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. That's the only way you can get back. It's a one-way system. So you can't get into the... Yeah. If a woman is on her menses, she already has concession anyway. So she doesn't need to worry. So there will be nothing on her if she was to delay the Tawaf Ziyarah. It's fine. Brother Naveed, hope you're okay. Look, Salah, there's an opinion out there that you can join the prayers, and there's other opinions like the Hanafi school of fiqh that we should not join the prayers. We're not allowed to join the prayers unless it's something known as Jami' Taqdeem. If someone does Jami' Taqdeem, which basically means you pray one salah at the end time, right at the end time, and then the next salah you pray the beginning time, that's allowed. But to pray Dhuhr in Asr time and Asr in Dhuhr time, that wouldn't be permissible according to Hanafi fiqh. So it depends what you follow, brother. If you want to, it's self-preference, and it's between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before leaving for Mina, if someone wants to perform Sa'i, then he will make intention for, not for Ziyarat for Hajj, he will make intention for Sa'i for Hajj. And yes, you have to be in the state of Ihram. If someone wants to perform the Sa'i of Hajj before the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, yes, that's permissible, but he has to go into the state of Ihram. He has to perform one tawaf. After tawaf, he will perform Sa'i. So he can't just jump to Safa Marwa and go and do the 7 rounds. No, he'll have to perform a Sa'i, a tawaf first, and then he will perform Sa'i. Sorry, take these. You take both of them. Take both of them. It'll be a better top of each other. Any other questions? So then we can call it a day. The brothers here have been here for a long time as well. If anyone has a question, you can put it on the group, no problem. All these questions we'll add on the group because it's brothers who are coming to the masjid now. Anybody who wants to ask me a question, no problem, you can directly message me. That's correct. Sister Nazia, if you're asking to confirm if Qiran Hajj, you would do your Umrah with Sa'i. Yes, Umrah, you have to do a Sa'i. So in Umrah, you will do your Tawaf. After Tawaf, you do your Sa'i. No, Qudum if you want. Qudum if you want, yes, before. That's before your Umrah. So before your Umrah, you do Qudum. After Tawaf Qudum, then you do another Tawaf for Umrah. Because in Umrah, there's always a Tawaf. So Umrah, after Umrah, there's a Sa'i. And then if you want to perform the Tawaf, and then you perform a Sa'i. If you break your wudu while in Tawaf, I've already explained this. You don't have to start the entire Tawaf again, but you will continue from where you were. You don't have to go on the 13th. It's your choice. Even if you are in Mina, it's nothing to do with you living in Mina or not. 13th is about if you want to go to Mina and spend the night there. And it only becomes wajib if you stay in Mina, meaning the area in Mina, not staying in Mina as an inhabitant. No, only if you're staying as a wuquf. If someone is doing a wuquf of Mina, then it becomes wajib, not just merely just staying there as a resident. Okay, everyone. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum.
And any more questions you can ask me.
Is it Sumaya
Yes.
or Sumaya's
What's the
husband?
question?
You can ask your question.
Sumaya's husband, sorry. Maulana, I think you may have answered this already. So for example, we're doing Hajj Tamattu. We're going to go do, obviously, perform our Umrah, do our Safa Sahi. Is it ideal to do our Sahi for Hajj then? Or my question is basically, if we were to come out of Ihram, so come out, cut our hair, whatever, and to go to do our Sahi for Hajj, to go back into the state of Ihram, we'll have to go back to Masjid Aisha. Is that correct?
No. So if someone wants to perform Sa'i, he will not. He doesn't have to go to. No, he doesn't. He wouldn't. He's not going to go to Aisha. Okay. Going to Masjid Aisha and Tan'im is only if he's performing an Umrah. He's not performing Umrah. He's performing the Sa'i of Hajj.
Okay.
He's performing the Sa'i of Hajj, so he doesn't need to go to thing.
So you just basically wear the ihram in the hotel and then go do
That's
your
correct.
nafil tawaf and then complete your sahi
Correct.
for Hajj. Okay, perfect. Jazakumullah khair.
No, inshallah. Okay, everyone. Jazakallah khair. And tomorrow we have our last session. It's just letting everyone know as well. Tomorrow, inshallah, at 8 p.m. we'll do our last session on the last 5 hadith. It's going to be an emotional one for me as well and for everyone. So please do join for that as well. It'll be a short webinar anyway. And we'll just finish the 40 hadith of inshallah. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Monday, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.